that ninja dev.
Welcome, Internet, to the Place of Video Games podcast. It's your boy, Dad Ninja Dev, joined as always by Donnie Eat, the Hype Reese. And fuck you, Delvin. And also joined by Snurts.
Hello.
Seems appropriate.
Yeah,
very
just
appropriate.
feel like giving Delvin shit today just for no reason whatsoever.
Just for existing.
Basically.
Got to take it out on somebody, right?
Devin refused to read the live comments. Why do you refuse to read the live comments?
I don't refuse to read the live comments. So this is my boy Rob. This is one of Dev's boys.
Oh, snap in the flesh.
Wow.
I've told these idiots if they want to have questions to send them in to the Discord because they've both joined the Discord, him and my other homeboy Jan. So I'm not reading your questions on air. Said you want to have a question, we put it in the docket. So either act right or maybe face the banhammer. So yeah.
Put your questions right here. Whatever I'm like the guy from Anchorman. Whatever you put here, I'll just read it.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
Read
Oh God.
There you go.
That's what we don't need.
What have you done?
Stay classy.
Yeah. Donnie, I feel like you've been on 47,000 podcasts.
You and me
so
both.
we're going to try and spare you a little bit tonight and make everybody else talk. Delvin, you need to speak up. You need to talk a lot this episode.
I have
Give
all
Donnie
these
a break.
games that I've been playing that I haven't been able to talk about for like 6 shows.
Because he's been talking about Nintendo for 6 years. We were like, we
Yes,
can't wait
for
till the
real.
Switch 2. We can't wait till the Switch 2. Now the bitch is coming. And y'all like, let's talk about something else.
The downfall will definitely need to be studied. That is for sure.
I often ask that question every day, Chalfie. Still haven't got an answer.
Delvin's just the worst. It is what it is. Rat bastard.
Always the worst.
I think Chaffee was hoping that he would read that.
I was. But then it came off the screen, so I just left it alone.
It's still there. Like the chat is up. You could just read it.
Nah, I can't see it.
So then you lied.
I read that. See,
Now you're a liar.
okay. FYI, amazing content this past week, Donnie. I really need to hear your thoughts about the Switch 2. I'm so hyped for it. I like
Very
it.
good.
Love it.
This is just going to be the podcast. Delvin just reading the comments.
Keep bringing them on. You know, I like it. I got my skin all melanated. I look all handsome and shit.
What?
Yeah.
I don't think your skin gets melanated. I think your skin just is always that way. You don't have to do anything for that, sir.
Well, see, that's how I
Do
got
you
them
like
good
turn it
looking at
on?
the
Do you
day.
like squeeze it out? You're like,
Yeah. So,
Like,
just like a goddamn X-Men. That's my power.
That's your
Melanation.
And I'm the half. I'm the half.
And I
But
get
you have to
more
add
melanin.
your melanin in. This is nonsense.
Yeah, that's America. Hate to break it to you.
Oh, these motherfuckers.
So if you didn't have this superpower, would you turn Latin, Asian, white?
Yeah, what are you?
All of the above.
All the above?
So basically, you're Michael Jackson.
No, I'm Drake.
Oh, that's more relevant. Yes.
Yes. He just changes based on the weather. I see this week Drake's Dominican. He's just making all these Dominican songs and shit.
So you're like Sammy Sosa. We don't know which version we're gonna get.
Yeah, that's true. Look at Riley. Oh, that didn't happen.
Read it. You got to read it.
It's not on the screen.
Delvin isn't in 7 FPS today. Thank God.
Yes, Delvin isn't in 7 SPS today. Thank God. Look at Riley. It's not my fault. My son was like, hey, let me just start downloading a bunch of shit while y'all are recording. Everything you possibly can. It's like
you returned the Switch camera, huh? You got rid of that and got a new one.
Yeah, it's like he downloaded all of Pornhub.
Oh my God.
like, what is going on over there?
All of Pornhub.
No, it's just ignorant.
No, that's ignorant. No, that's ignorant. Lincoln just wants to play.
Yeah.
Like it.
We ain't gonna ever get to this podcast. We're just gonna keep just cracking jokes and saying this shit.
This is the podcast.
That is
Haven't
the
you learned
podcast.
that?
Nah.
This is the podcast. It's this nonsense.
Last week it was Nintendo Shack. And then it was Nintendo
This
Shack
is-
again. And then it was
this is
Nintendo
true.
Shack again.
You keep talking,
then-
I'll do another one.
Whoa, 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 whoa! I think we've had enough Shaq. All
And
right.
then it was like,
there no
don't
such
threaten me with
thing?
another one. Because I'll do it, goddammit. And goddammit, another one came.
8 hours of Nintendo Shack.
And the crazy thing about it was, every last one of them was completely different from the other one.
This is true.
It was quite amazing. I was
That's why
quite
we-
impressed by it.
That's why we had to do more than one.
Every last one of them was like
We-
completely different. Like,
Yeah.
like, oh,
Good job,
What my
Donnie.
friend,
My
what my
LeBron
friend
moment.
Donnie's doing tonight? Oh, he's on
Not
Nintendo
one,
Shack.
not two, not three, not four. We keep it going.
Keep
Last
partying.
week was Shack week. This
It was
week,
very nice. I will tell you, we had several handful of people reach out in the DMs and the private messages offering their thanks.
yeah, I
all
thought it
that
was a
we
great
did.
week.
It was very good stuff.
A banner PSVG week. I thought every episode was amazing. I thought you guys did a fantastic job. And then
good
PSVG
stuff.
came and
How was your birthday?
fucked that up.
Yeah, there we go. How was your birthday, you rat bastard?
Yeah, I'm not talking about that episode.
Yeah, you
That
should.
episode that we dare not speak to.
Yes.
Fucking podcast is in the shitter. That podcast used to be something.
No, not really.
Used to be contender.
It used to be something.
Not really. Not really. It's kind of where it's at.
Look what you did to my baby.
Hello.
How was your birthday, Delvin?
Yeah.
It was okay. It wasn't too bad. It was pretty good. Got some good gifts. Worked most of the day, which sucked. But everything was otherwise than that was pretty good, you know. I got some cool stuff. I got South of Midnight. So I was very
Nice.
happy about that. I got Assassin's Creed Shadows, which I haven't played yet. So I'm heavy in the South of Midnight, so I want to finish that one up first. And then got a whole bunch of shit. I
Nice.
got a Milestone Compendium. If people know what Milestone Comics is. You know, I was super excited to get that. For those who don't know, Milestone Comics was a black comic book imprint that was in the 90s that was headed up by Dwayne McDuffie, famous comic book writer, black comic book writer, creator. You may know him from, he wrote a lot of the episodes of the Justice League cartoon show.
I was gonna say that name sounds very familiar.
He wrote a lot of episodes of Justice cartoon show. He wrote a lot of episodes of Batman Beyond, a lot of everything. He was like an incredible writer. Passed away a long time ago. One of my favorite writers, comic book writers. What else did I did a lot of stuff. I got a bunch of board games. I'm into board games now. So
Oh, cool. What kind?
Do you
Marvel
actually play
Zombies.
them? Do you play them is the question.
I
You just
do, but
collect-
I didn't have time to play them, like, because I've been busy with work and shit. Work's like sucked.
We have a podcast about. You're about to join another podcast on the PSVG
Right?
network.
You're on every single podcast on the PSVG network. son.
Rename the network to Play Some Games with Delvin.
Basically.
That's pretty much what it's going to become.
No, it's just always all the episode or the show names with like featuring Delvin Cox. Like that's
And I need to like put on like a different hat or a different outfit each time. So like,
Yeah.
Drake.
That would be funnier.
absolutely.
like,
Yeah, you
like
got-
just change the whole look every
No,
time.
it'd be funny if you change locations.
Oh, that's not a bad idea. I can kind of do that now.
You need to do the
what-
pod from that mermaid bar.
Ooh.
They throw me
Yeah.
out. They'd 100%
Would they?
throw me.
Did you ever watch that
they-
show?
that's the
what,
Florida stories,
show?
right? Yeah.
I haven't watched
Yeah.
anything.
yeah.
So he was telling him he went to his birthday there with this girl that butchered a steak, and he was
Yes.
telling us about the mermaids and everything. And then I watched that show to see the mermaids. I was like, this is exactly what he's talking about.
That's where I was at. I did not
yeah,
watch
apparently
the
it
show.
wasn't all paradise at the mermaid place.
Yeah, there's a
There
lot
was
of
some
drama
beef.
going on with those the girls in the tank there.
Yeah. Apparently, they
It was
might
a
be drowning.
wild show.
Sean, what? It's HBO show. It's called I forget.
Florida Man,
What?
something like that.
Florida Man. Yeah, they're Florida stories that they reenact. It's like drunk history, but instead of actual history, it's just Florida stories, and it's better.
It's amazing. It's really
Yeah.
good. The
Yeah,
first
so
one's a little weird with the toe eating, but like if that's not your jam, just go on to the second one, And I think the one where they were doing like cult rituals in their backyard was the best, in my opinion.
That's the mermaid one.
Did I ever tell y'all the story about
Yeah.
the rituals that's going on in the yard next door to me when I was a kid?
Same
Did I
house.
mention that? Did I mention
Same
that?
house.
No, you did not. Let's all strap in for a Florida man story.
This
All right,
podcast
so I
used to be
can
about
tell
video
this.
games.
So when I was in high school, I went to school with this guy. I won't give his name out there like that, but he lived right next door to me. And I want to say he was Jehovah's Witness. I'm not sure, though. And I say this because what I'm going to tell you next is why, I'm not sure that's what they do. But every week or so, they would have church at his house. I think, if I remember correctly, his family was Haitian, or they were Bahamian or something like that. They have church at his house, which was next door to the house where I lived at. And every Sunday night, they would have a ceremony in his backyard where they would light something on fire. And I think the something was an animal.
Okay, that went from strange to weird real quick.
Yes.
I'm reading an article where Jehovah's Witnesses will burn or throw away objects that they think are demon attached.
There you go. So that's maybe what they were doing. So every Sunday, there would be a bunch of people in his backyard lining
This
up
pig
stuff.
is a demon. Get it on the fire.
Wasn't there a storyline like that in GTA Vice City? Because I know you had to deal with the Haitians in Vice City.
I think there was.
Yeah, I do too now.
I think there
Yeah.
It
was.
does sound remember. Yeah, it sounds oddly
But
familiar.
I remember this because, yes, D-Life, I think they were sacrificing animals in the backyard.
D-Life.
But
Backyard.
I remember this
What a
because
week D-Life has had.
he has had a week. But because I used to always go in my backyard and stuff like that. And one of the times I was in my backyard, he's laughing. Boy, this Donnie has some soul on him, bro. You can't tell me he not black.
Right?
He hit all them fucking moves. He didn't miss a goddamn one.
For audio listeners, Donnie is making fun of D-Life and singing Brian McKnight's Back at One.
Number one draft pick. Are you out of your damn? That is wild talk.
That is wild.
You got to come to the Discord and see the nonsense that transpires in there,
Oh.
especially
It's been a banner week
with
for the
Daniel.
Discord. It's
It
been
has.
so much fun all week long.
Yeah. But yeah.
Sorry.
But
Burning animals in the yard. Got
they were
back to it.
burning animals in the yard. And one of the days I went out there,
Like cats?
I think those were one of them.
Oh no.
I think
can
that-
tell
I
by
think
the
it was
screeching.
I think it was a good possibility there was a cat out there. and then one of the times he saw me come outside because it's my fucking backyard. I do what the fuck I want to. And I guess he got nervous
Throw
about
you
it.
in the damn fire.
Well, there's that part. So when after
Everybody's a badass until you get thrown into a fire by
he's
next
get thrown in the fire and sacrificed to the Jehovah's Witnesses. He's evil. Throw him in there.
I told you. Delvin's like, I told you what? What? Whoa! Get your hands off of me.
So he pulled me aside. It was like, please, whatever you do, don't go to school telling people what the fuck happened back there. He's like,
And that's when I would have been like $50 in my hand.
nah,
You like Ezel from Friday. They over here killing chickens and tigers and stuff.
So I was like, you know what, bro? I won't tell nobody what's going on. You whatever you do is your business. Hell, as long as you ain't actually murdering nobody, which I'm still not sure he wasn't murdering anybody.
How did we get here?
I'm saying.
Oh, Florida man. Okay, that's right.
Florida man, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah,
Games. Sorry, but we get it. The burning. What?
yeah. So he was probably killing some people in his backyard. But I did play a game. I've been playing
There
a
we
game
go.
all this past
Great
week or so.
transition.
I've been playing South of Midnight. Speaking
All
of
right, now we're talking. We got a new game to talk about on the podcast. This is a first.
first,
In many. This is a first in a long time.
like a year.
Because Delvin doesn't do that anymore.
Like a year. We were talking about old ass games and stuff. All of us. What are you playing? I'm playing this old ass game. All right, let's keep moving on.
How is it?
I like it a lot so far. I think it's a very unique game with an interesting premise, because the premise of it is it's very culturally unique in terms of, like, okay, the game's set in New Orleans, in a very poor area of New Orleans. And you have this black family, this mother and daughter, who are living in this raggedy rundown house in New Orleans. And just like you hear about New Orleans, a lot of hurricanes and storms come through there. And kind of like an Alice in Wonderland type thing, the house gets drug away by the storm, and the daughter is out to kind of save the mother, and it's this mystical story. Very linear story, by the way, because you're just, it's like almost like a platformer in ways, that you're just going through this little beautiful areas trying to find your mother in the house. And so far, I kind of dig the story. I like the art style. The art style of it is really beautiful. When I first started playing it, the frame rates kept dropping. And at
Is
first,
it the frame rate or is it the stop motion animation?
No, it was the frame rate. Because at first I'm like, is that the stop motion? Like, no.
Do we trust him to answer that question?
I don't.
No.
No.
It is 100%
I mean,
the
it,
frame
in
rate.
the best of respect, Delvin, I don't. Not at all. Not one bit. Because when they showed the game the first time, there were tons of people on Twitter like, why is the frame rate so bad?
No.
Why is it so jittery? It's like, dude, it's in stop motion. That's what that looks like.
Yeah, it's that, but also when I first started playing it, it was the frame rate was off on it.
I haven't, well, I'm not saying you're wrong. Well, I guess I am saying you're wrong, but I've not seen anything about the performance of that game.
Yeah,
I haven't really even looked into it because I just, I'll play it one day.
Yeah, I installed it on my PC just to test out how well it runs, and it runs fantastically well on my machine. Everything turned all the way up, 90 to 100 frames per second. Can barely even tell it's in stop motion because the frames are, it's so well paced. It's really nice.
yeah.
Runs great.
Ooh, cutscenes run at 30 FPS on console, even PC.
I'm not surprised by that. Assassin's Creed is the same way.
Well, to be fair, I played it pre-release because it got a day one patch too. Because I had gotten the earlier edition so I could play the game earlier. And once the day one patch went through, it ran a lot better. So I think it came out.
Came out
before?
yesterday.
Hang on.
It came out.
This might help you or help us. I'm reading from an article on Eurogamer. To be clear, gameplay runs at 60 FPS as it should, given the focus of the timing-sensitive combat and platforming. But all of the camera motion conforms to a 60 Hz refresh too. Still, you'll notice Hazel's running motion and the world's creatures use a form of decimated animation to lock movements at 30 and 15 FPS respectively.
Yep.
So you've got a lot of stuff going in at different times to pull off that effect. That might be feeling. That might be the why it's feeling that way.
Maybe, but I know it feels a lot better now. And I turned off what's the thing called, the motion blur?
Yeah,
Mhm.
always.
Always
turn it
turn
off.
that shit off.
That should be a global setting.
Because it in default it was on, and I thought it looked awful. And
It's one of the
It's
first
funny.
things I do anytime I start a video game.
Same. I always turn it off. But it's funny when you listen to like Digital Foundry, they like love motion blur. They always
Makes it cinematic.
praise it. I can't stand
Makes me
that shit.
Makes me feel
And
queasy.
I'll put it this way:
Yeah, I
if
hate
I noticed it looked bad and turned it off, it didn't look great.
I think it might be a thing with people with glasses or like vision, especially maybe of astigmatism.
Blind people.
Because almost, yeah, it might be that.
Yeah.
Because like the shifting from clear to blurry, that it fucks with me.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah,
I
I'm
can't
not
do
a
it.
fan at all. Drives me nuts.
Yeah, but the game has beautiful music. It has a very unique feel to it. I didn't know the full story of the game getting into it, but man, the story has a lot of weight to it. Like I don't want to get too much into the story, but
Don't, because I don't want spoilers.
a lot of history, a lot of specifically our history into the game. A lot of things that are very fascinating in the ways they touch on things, and I love it.
You're right, Sean. That is an
You are
accurate
correct.
statement.
Yes.
That is correct.
Don't slander blind people. Some of the
Somehow.
greatest people in the world are blind. Daredevil. Facts. Just saying. He can fight crime and shit.
Listen. You have a whole other show for that shit. Okay, let's
PSVG.
It's called
put a-
PSXP.
let's
Let's
curb
be
that
real.
right here and now.
I can't
Let's
talk
just
about
nip
that on
in the bud.
PSXP. Then we'll
Why
get a
not?
goddamn 30-hour conversation about Smallville. Fuck that.
You mean that's not all you guys talk about?
No.
That's Haley's forte, though.
Not nice.
We know.
But yeah, the game is beautiful. The game. Let's start naming blind people.
Stevie
Delvin, for one. Ray Charles, Stevie Wonder.
Helen Keller.
There you go.
There you go.
But yeah, I'm enjoying the game so far. The music is beautiful. It has that New Orleans feel to it. The world
Nowlands.
feels lived in and decimated at the same time. Which is
I mean, it's the swamp, right? It's like the bayou.
Yeah, it's like the bayou, but you go to place houses and Miss Caroline ain't home right now. That's how they talk to you. Oh, and then you see people like the art style is really cool. You can tell the progression from if you play We the Happy Few and how that game looked. You can see how this game looks compared to that. It looks a lot better. I think people had a lot of problems with We the Happy Few, and I played that game in early access. So I kind of
Why?
I was super interested in that game. I didn't. To be clear, once the game came out, I was very underwhelmed by the story of it. But when they first
We Happy
announced,
Few was the first Redfall.
yeah, that's pretty accurate.
It looked cool, and then it.
Yeah, the
really
concept
wasn't.
of it looked cool and
And then
everything,
it
but
wasn't.
once you got into it, like, ooh, this is in fact not cool. This game though is cool. I think the whole idea of them switching to a linear story,
What's up, Jace?
kind of telling their own story and getting into the thing, I really like it a lot. I think the music's beautiful. I think the art style is beautiful. I love how the game looks. I like the characters you meet in the world so far. I'm on chapter 4, and I'm trying to talk without spoiling things.
Good.
I like the pacing of the game so far. I like that
Nice.
it's like telling a cohesive story. And I miss games like this, honestly. I like the fact that it's not this open world game that you have to go find 101 things and do all this stuff. It's just a game that you're going to play, you're going to get the story, and you're going to get to the end. I'm all for that. Doesn't seem like it goes off pace too much so far, and I'm like, yo, I'm liking it. And D-Light brings up a good part of it. I like how the music tells part of the story while you traverse the levels. Yeah, that's a very big part of the game. The music is a very big part of the game, and how it tells the stories, the characters you meet, and the things you see tells the story. Also, I like the fact that the things you pick up in the world tells the story as well. Like, you'll pick up something, you'll read it, and she'll comment on what you read and things like that and tell you a little information about it, and she'll kind of keep track of it. I just kind of really like the visual cues and the things it does to convey this story of what's going on. I even like the cutscenes, not the cutscenes, the scenes that they have, like the loading screens in the game, and how alive they look. Cause they're like there for like 10 seconds. They're not like long loading screens, nothing like that, but it's very good.
D-Life has been in my DMs like, are you playing this? When are you going to play it? It's so good. Is there physical stuff for it? So D-Life, I know, is a big fan of this game, and I'm looking forward to it when I get done with Assassin's Creed Shadows. So you'll hear my take in November.
Yeah, and I specifically started playing South of Midnight and want to finish this game before I get into Shadows, because I figure Shadows is going to take a long time to get through and stuff like that. I really want to play Shadows and get through it, but I feel like if I get the Shadows now and have to play both of these games, I'm not going to be able to do both of that at the same time. So I said, let me just play South of Midnight, and I'm making good progress in South of Midnight. Let me keep making that good progress in it until I finish it, because I feel like next week is Good Friday. I think I'm off Good Friday, so I have a whole day to sit there and play South of Midnight. Get through it, if anything.
You are somehow going to get called into work, or some bullshit's going to happen.
Yeah, I'm quite sure that's going to happen.
That is your life.
Pretty much. Something's going to happen that's going to make me have to go to work or something like that and run it. But, yeah, otherwise that, my week's been good.
Nice. Looking to see how long. Oh, okay. South of Midnight says main story 9 hours with sides is about 12 hours. Completion is 15 hours. So
Perfect.
That is perfect. That is the
Yeah.
type of game I need to play right now.
because
Yeah, it's
Delvin's
nice
bad
to
at video
have,
games, 20 hours.
Yeah,
It's nice to have options.
35.
And
Very nice. Very
I
nice.
tend to bounce between different games too. Where like one is more linear, then you go to more of an open world and kind of just mix things up. So it's nice to have variety out there. Sounds cool though. Sounds like it's a very rich game overall.
Very rich game, very cultural game. I think there's a lot of heavy themes in it, but it's not heavy where you will feel like it's overbearing to you. It kind of just eases you into it. So like, okay, I see where this is going, and like I see what the story is kind of convey.
Nice. Donnie, you've been playing a lot of games. So what have you been playing? No more of this Switch stuff. Like, what have you been up to? What have you been doing besides the damn Switch?
I only really want to talk about Atomfall, but I will tell you
Okay.
this.
I also got that game for my birthday.
Nice.
I got an Advance Auto gift card for my birthday.
Advanced Auto.
Yep. This man
Family
got
doesn't love me.
multiple games.
I'm
People out here
loved.
bitching about Mario Kart. This is crazy. This man got 2.5 Mario Kart Worlds.
Mhm.
You know?
When you're loved like I'm loved,
And that's just the games. We don't know what else he's got.
they praise you.
I took the day off today because I had to go to the doctor.
It praise you.
Yeah.
I took the day off today because I had to go to the doctor. But also, I scheduled the doctor's appointment because today was supposed to be Nintendo Switch pre-order day. So I thought it'd be good to be off. So there's no pre-order. And my doctor rescheduled my appointment to yesterday. So I had the day off today and didn't do a damn thing. I got out of bed at like noon.
That
Nice.
sounds great.
And I made coffee and I sat on my couch and I played Nintendo 64 games all day long from like 1 to like 8.
That sounds amazing.
I just sat there and did nothing but that all day and it was fabulous. I'll talk about all of it on Shaq. So
Now
won't
that
bore
sounds
you.
like the suburb of George.
It was very good. Very good. But I do want to talk about Atomfall. I've been playing Atomfall for a couple weeks. All the news and Switch 2 and everything has kind of got me off of it. I got to get back to it. But I wanted to talk about it because it came out, it hit Game Pass. It's on everything. And this was unveiled at one of the Xbox Directs I think it was Xbox Direct, I'm almost positive. And I thought it looked cool the first time. A lot of people compare it to Fallout. And I'm not here to tell you it's not Fallout because I wouldn't know. I don't play a whole lot of Fallout. Of the Fallout that I've played, I've never liked them. But I think it's very much a combat thing. I just don't like the combat very much of Fallout.
Yeah, that's kind of bad.
This Fallout's more traditional. And I don't think people that like Fallout think it's bad. You know, like as Sean told me,
I don't know. I'm a fan of Fallout, and it didn't
oh, you
really
think
get,
it's bad?
not
Combat's
until
pretty bad.
it
Oh, my
got
bad.
much better in 4
It did.
for traditional person shooter type of mechanics. But I mean, you're so heavily dependent on the VAT system in Fallout New Vegas.
I think he
and,
liked.
3.
Yeah, I think it's just the VAT. He really likes the VATs, where I don't.
Yes.
Yeah, so it slows everything down because you have to like select things and
Sure.
you know,
and, I don't- and he was telling me about how it's like kind of poetic because Fallout started as like a turn-based game.
Right.
So it's like even though it's first-person shooter, it still has some of those mechanics. And I guess people think that's really cool. I don't really like turn-based stuff, so I don't. It's pretty easy for me. I'm like, yeah, that's probably why I don't like it then.
I get used to it after a while and whatnot, but it's you know, it wasn't until, like I said, the 4th game that you could actually play kind of more like a first-person shooter and not use VATs
Correct.
as much. Otherwise, you're missing all the time, and
So-
it's just not fun.
Ultimately, Atomfall probably is a lot like Fallout. It is this post-apocalyptic kind of thing that's going on, this post-nuclear thing. But this one's got like a bunch of strangeness. There's a bunch of like ancient mythos and stuff that's kind of afoot. It's also like very British, so maybe like Fable Fallout. But when I started playing it,
Oi, Governor,
very much so.
you got
When I
the
started-
vets there, all right?
I mean, it's not unlike like a Dishonored.
What's
Kind
all this then?
As I was playing it,
Are you eating the porridge?
Lord have mercy.
all right. As I started to play it, it really started to honestly remind me of like old school like Elder Scrolls, like old school Bethesda. You know, I was
Ooh,
like,
that
well,
sounds
this is
good.
kind of because it's very like, especially in certain places, like it's very dungeony. Like you'll go into like a mine or a mine shaft, or you'll find like a bunker, and like that bunker just has a bunch to go through and explore, and it kind of unfolds like an Oblivion or something, which I guess people would be like, yeah, Donnie, it's like Fallout, maybe. So I don't know, I didn't play it, but so I started to play it. I was like, I'm gonna play it, and maybe maybe I won't like it or anything. I've got one major complaint. So far, the only travel is by foot.
Oh,
There's no fast travel. There's no car. There's no glider. All you can do is just walk around, and several of the missions have you walking from one side of the map to the other.
I don't like
And
that.
it's an open world game, but like the map is broken into segments. So like every province or territory, you have like a load screen you have to go into, and then like you can walk around that, and then a load screen to go back. So there's like this hub world, and there's like a bunch of little like suburbs that hang off the hub. And these missions will have you going from one suburb to the other and back. So a lot of time in the game is spent just wandering,
Oof.
And if you're like trying to like mainline anything, I mean, it's just, that's like my big gripe with it. But as you start talking to people, like those old Elder Scrolls games and stuff, you'll start finding all kinds of little spin-off side stories and little like rabbit holes to fall into. Like there was a murder, and I was going to investigate who did the murdering, and do I want to side with the government or side with the people? And you have
Fuck
to make
the
all these
government.
choices, and
Side with
it gets really deep. And there are these druids, and they're very cult-like, and then they're like in the middle of nowhere, there'll be like this Mary Poppins lady, and she'll sell you shit. And based on you have that trading system, which I guess is very Fallout. As I hear people talking about it, like, because
Yeah.
how you trade and how you bargain and the answers that you give will affect like your trading down the line with other people and stuff. So it's all kind of
This
like
is literally
snap-popping.
Fallout.
Right.
As Jay said, this man is describing Fallout.
Yeah,
I know.
Do you have bottle caps?
No bottle caps yet, but you do, constantly scrap. But yeah, that's ultimately
Nuke Cola.
what I was going to get to is, yeah, as I start to describe it out loud, it sounds a lot like Fallout. But I'm really digging it. And like, it got to a point where I was like, do I want to even like, I feel like it's like, do I want to commit to this game? It seems like you could be doing so much if you want to, like, if you just want to wander around and talk to people and like figure it out. It seems like you could spend a lot of time there. I know it's not a long game. I think like campaign wise, it's kind of short, but figuring out all the right things to do the campaign correctly, I think is the challenging aspect. Ultimately, I'm powering up what looks to be like some sort of reactor to do something, and I can't wait to get to the end of it. But I am digging it quite a bit. It does scratch a little bit of that like Far Cry itch for me. You will come across buildings, bunkers, thing. You like try to figure out like, how do I get in there? And there might be environmental clues. You may pick up something off an enemy. Something might be written on a wall, and just kind of like doing that. The loop feels very Far Cry to me, because the first couple times I played it, I'd sit down to play it. I'm going to play for an hour, and like 4 or 5 hours would go by. Like you would just kind of get lost in there. It's tougher though. Like ammo is more scarce. There's lots of enemies. So, but I'm digging it.
I'm looking at the Wikipedia article, so who knows if this is right or just somebody like Delvin filled it in. But it says,
Wow, what do you mean by that?
I don't know. Take it as you will.
A black person? What the hell?
No, I wasn't going racial. I was just going Florida man.
You got to watch yourself. This man is always going racial.
I know. Like every time someone says pot calling the kettle
What do you mean, you people?
But Fallout New Vegas was a heavy influence, as well as Metro and BioShock, along with movies like Children of Men. So that all sounds cool to me, because I like all of those things. So very fascinating. So you're basically gonna die at any minute, type of thing, right? Like you're kind of a week every person, die. You're not like some doom.
If you
dude.
walk into a camp of a bunch of people, like you're gonna get worked pretty good.
Nice.
It is a like a survival type game. There's a collecting and crafting part of it as well.
They say Kingdom Come 2 Deliverance is like that too. I'm super interested in that game. It's supposed to be like realistic combat and stuff like that, and you can die and they'll take you to jail and shit like that, and they can if you get caught by the police doing too many crimes, they'll actually like kill you. Like they'll like have a trial for you and find you guilty.
Yeah.
Off with his head.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So,
Sounds cool.
I like it. I don't know.
Nice.
I don't even know if I'm like get back to it.
You
I'm
are.
playing so many things. It already feels like it's already been buried with all the news and everything, but I want to find my way back to it.
Yeah, we got plenty of time.
It says it's about 30 to 50 hours to beat. So yeah, it's definitely
Maybe
a
not.
commitment if you're trying
Maybe
to.
not.
Yeah,
Maybe not.
Maybe not. Never mind.
No, I think I'm.
Yeah, if they had a fast travel, it'd be 25, right?
right. That was the thing. It was just like when I got to a mission and they were like, "All right, now go talk to." I was like, "Man, she's all the way on the other side of this bit. She's 3 load screens away. That's so much walking."
Yeah.
And it's
That's
not
all I
like
No, it's Skyrim.
it's not
It's-
like
that's-
Red Dead,
it's-
where eventually
like
you get fast travel. You know, like
I don't
for-
know. I haven't got it yet.
'cause- Yeah, okay. Maybe
It is
shows
one
up
of those
later in
like,
the game.
oh, I mean, that's honestly that's the part that's probably getting me. It is very like open ended. It's very like go figure it out. It's not telling you where to go or what to do. Like it literally just drops you in a field and it's like, I don't know, figure it out. And you just start talking to people and finding things and start unraveling down.
Got to tell you,
So-
Riley, we're not playing this on Switch 2.
It does have.
Not
No, I
everybody
think-
comes along for the ride for that.
I think Adamfall will come to Switch 2.
No,
It does have
It
like
may come to Switch 2.
it does have a map
I
and
mean,
you
we're
can
playing
mark
it on
it,
Switch 2.
and it does have like map markers when you assign like missions, but you have to find the missions and the quests and everything to do that. You know.
We got to start rationing out which games are Switch 2 worthy. Can't just just can't play everything on
$80 Adamfall. I'm there for it.
Nah.
Maybe that's when I'll
Yeah.
finish it.
There's
Maybe I'll
no
finish it
fast
when it
travel
arrives to Switch
at all
2.
in the game.
I didn't think
Yeah,
so.
really?
Get a fast
The
travel.
Switch
Yeah.
version will have
I
fast
feel like
travel.
they want you to walk around because there's a bunch of stuff like when you walk the path, there's a bunch of shit on every side like trying to get your attention. Like you'll
It's
see
like our-
something.
Our
Something's
world is
afoot.
lived in. Come experience.
Yeah, there's stuff. There's stuff to go find. They want you to walk around.
Nice.
Cyberpunk was built for Switch 2. That's correct, Riley. I agree.
Switch
That-
2 takeover.
It's a Switch 2 game.
Do you want to talk about block knockers before your starts go?
Fuck is block knockers.
Oh,
You didn't see those?
tell them
those-
about the wonderful world of block
You
knockers.
didn't see
Donnie.
those titties I was throwing in your DM?
Oh, that nonsense. That was so long ago. I forgot all about that.
It
shit.
wasn't that long ago, but it was a whole Mario Kart world ago. Like it was a bit.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's coming to
So-
Switch 2.
Snurts. I've been buying games off of like this auction website, and this game came up, and I never heard of it before. It's called Block Knockers, and it's a mature rated Switch game, like an 18 plus, like an adult themed Switch game, and it's a puzzle game. It's like a block puzzle game, but when you clear the board, there are like anime pictures of like nude women underneath it. But on the auction site, it was like it was the collector's edition, which I didn't know they even had. It was like this big box and everything that was on it. So I bought it. I got it for like cheap. Because usually these things can be. Well, I mean, I don't know what you guys think.
Here's the
But it's so
ultimate edition
funny.
of this game you never heard of.
You're right,
porn.
right. But a lot of times those certain things they can be very collectible because they're on like very limited prints and stuff. I just
That
thought
is
it'd be
true.
kind of cool to have, and it is like a very big, colorful box. So that look good on the shelf. So I start playing it.
The
If
box
you get the
should have been titties.
I was just thinking, like, was it giant tits?
Digital
in the box?
titties.
No,
Just
it's not.
giant boob.
You could look it up. It's on my Blue Sky. I don't have
Like
it.
one of those mouse pads with the tits on them that
No,
are like.
no, that's
I
not what it is
imagine
at all. It's not like
the-
that.
what-
If you're thinking like hentai anime, it's not. It's not that. It's
I
more like-
imagine it's like the
cartoony.
bus from Dead Island.
Wow, that's a good pool. I like that one. So I start playing it. So a couple things. The limited edition has like uncensored pictures that you don't get on the eShop version. Nintendo was like, you can't do this on our store.
Yeah, I'm pretty surprised this is on Nintendo. Period.
Secondly, here's the funny thing: the little puzzle game, the block, is actually really fun. It's like kind of addictive. And I was like making fun of my wife. I was like, I can't believe you're playing this. And I was like, seriously, play it. And I started her out to play it, and she also agrees it's actually really fun. It's actually somewhat challenging. So it's just a fun novelty game. I thought it was a funny story.
Can you play with
And,
one hand?
Wow. That's very nice.
My God. My
Joy-Con?
God.
You trying to add some motion controls, Delvin?
Dual sense.
Dual sense, little haptics. You looking for the haptics, Delvin? You want those resistive triggers, Delvin? No, I don't think so. But it is funny. It is a funny game. I've never heard of it either. I'd never heard of it, and I'm actually kind of glad I got it.
I kind of like the promo cover of it. It's just this blonde damsel,
Yeah.
with like blocks kind of covering her upper chest.
That's the box. I have a big box. That's it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and the logo is over her chest and everything too. It's just pretty
Game of
funny.
the year.
I don't know about all that, but it's just a fun little game.
It's for Delvin. It is.
It might be. It might be his
Yeah,
game of
that's
the year.
definitely
Well, I don't know.
Delvin's game of
Death
the year.
Stranding is coming out. And,
I love this line right here from the website. Return to the feel of smoky 90s Japanese arcades as you pull, kick, and match blocks to reveal hidden messages or images of lovely ladies behind each stage. Go back
Dad,
to the 90s.
I'm watching the
smoky arcade.
podcast.
Look at this is, Dad, I'm watching the podcast.
Son, how the fuck you think you got here?
Not in one hand mode.
That is right.
Well, maybe it was.
Not in one hand mode. He didn't.
Well, when I got lazy, sometimes one hand more was on.
Goodness.
Mute this man. He's no longer.
Anyway, yeah, I like Adam Fall. Go play it if you have Game Pass, and I very much enjoyed my day on N64.
I imagine I'm going to find this game under my son's bed now.
Oh,
Did Donnie buy this for you?
Uncle Donnie. That's some good Uncle Donnie shit. Listen
Why
here,
is
my
there-
boy.
Delvin, my boy.
You're playing the wrong kind of games.
It's going to be like that drunk
Get
commercial.
you some block knockers in.
Where did you learn this from, son? I learned it from watching you, Dad.
Oh man, can you imagine? Delvin gets called into I don't know, school. I think Delvin Jr. is out of school, but he gets called to school. He's like, he said he learned this from you. I never heard this shit from me. He opens his phone, plays the podcast. Delvin, he's like, he's got him saying it to the world.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah,
Snurks. What the hell you been up to?
I take a break from Assassin's Creed Valhalla to play another old ass game from 2016 called
job.
Stellaris.
Let's go on the Wayback Machine.
Yeah, Stellaris is a Paradox interactive game, and it's a galaxy empire manager, basically. So you start off in your home planet. It's very, very detailed. You create your own race, its own background with various traits, and then you start to scan various planets, build a bunch of shit. It is super, super complicated, and I do not understand it, but thank goodness they let me cheat my ass off for it. So I just kind of like play it for, I don't know, a few days and then build up an empire. Yeah.
What race you create, Snurts?
Actually, this time around I did Klingons. And I just copied Star Trek because I'm not that original.
I just wanted to say white.
Oh, white? Actually, yeah. The whitest as I could be, right? Yeah,
You play any race you want. What race you gonna create? White.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I created the Fourth Reich Galactic Edition, you know.
Well, you created America.
Yeah, in space. But it's one of those games where I just get sucked into it. The same thing with like City Skylines. I
Like
don't know
Poppy
why. I just get into it and I start to like it. And then, you know, like I said, I cheat my ass off. So it's very easy and I move pretty fast. Otherwise, I think this game would take forever to complete because you need to have things cycle through so stuff can be built and you can get more opportunity to explore things. And you can build up giant armadas and armies and mega structures. And if you want to go the route of empire, you can go like just straight up conquering everybody, or commerce or trade or diplomacy. Like there's all sorts of different paths. And eventually what happens, as far as I can tell, I never made it this far in the game, but some kind of galactic wide event happens that is the end game for the most part. Like I said, very complicated, lots of different layers for it, but there is something fun about building up a giant armada and then declaring war on another galaxy or another empire or whatever, and then seeing all the ships to go together and blow stuff up. That said, like,
tariffs.
Yeah, we're giving them tariffs, you know.
Nothing's
you can
cooler
do
than
all,
tariffs, baby.
yeah, I wonder if that actually is. You probably have an ability to do tariffs of some kind. It's one of those like detailed games in that regard. But I think eventually I'm going to hit a wall and it's just going to be too much because it's a lot to kind of comprehend. And then I'll go back to just being a Viking and maybe try to finish up Assassin's Creed Valhalla. But Every once in a while, I get an itch to play Stellaris, and when I do, I'm always just kind of overwhelmed. I'm usually actually watching YouTube videos of how to actually play this fucking game while playing the game.
Wow. when I was a kid, I used to love playing games like that.
Xbox
Yeah,
is about to have you
RTS
covered.
stuff, right? You know,
Xbox about to have you covered. You don't have to open YouTube no more.
there you go.
Just
Yeah.
Copilot.
Oh,
The
no.
game,
Yeah.
Copilot will
It's
play
got
the game for you.
It'll
I mean,
tell
yeah,
you exactly.
right.
You don't even have to play
Thank
the
you,
game. You just
Copilot.
watch Copilot play it for you.
Right?
How fun is that?
The best. And it like I said, you could do all sorts of things. You could design all your ships, you can design all your defense platforms for the space stations that you make, and you get eventually like these like really ridiculous, like I got right now for one of my battleships like a lightning cannon gun, so you just see like just arcs of lightning go flying out and decimating stuff, and plus the pew pew lasers and the missiles. And
Can you create a Death Star?
Almost. I don't know if you can create like a battle station like that in that regard, but they do have mega structures that I am just starting to learn about, and the only one that I have unlocked, because you got to continue to do research to get everything unlocked, and the more you do research, the more toys you get. And so I got the first mega structure, which is a gateway ability. So now I'm able to make gateways, so I can like basically teleport into various parts of the Empire.
Oh,
And
it's
it
not
doesn't
Adam
take
Fall?
it doesn't take as many times. What's up?
Adam Fall? Adam Fall?
Yeah.
Yeah. Talk to the Stellaris people.
In Adamfall, you can like, what if you unlock like a fast travel? Like I'm just saying hypothetically,
Dev
right?
just said he does it.
But,
He looked
no,
it
I
up.
know, but like hypothetically, and then you have to build it, and it takes like 30 years.
Goodness.
30 years of real time.
Real time, yeah. Like every day you just log into the game, and it gets a little bit closer.
Nothing you've just said sounds fun at all.
It's not for everybody. It's definitely not for everybody. I'm actually
Apparently,
surprised
based
that I
on what
enjoy
Donnie
it.
said, it's not for nobody.
Yeah, I was thinking that it's like on the box, Stellaris. It's not for anybody.
It's also one of the few games that I can play on Steam because I'm on a Mac. So it's switching
so
from
that's the
Windows
problem.
to operating system.
That's the
Oh,
problem.
no.
Yeah,
If you got rid of the computer, you could live
Well,
a
I got
better
rid of the
life.
computer
man.
a while ago. I just didn't upgrade and whatnot. So because I got a PS4 and I'm like, I don't need a PC, and then I have a PS5.
Wow.
I don't
You do.
need a PC. No, I'm
You
good.
definitely
Just
do.
get a Steam Deck.
Nah.
No. Don't do that.
Okay,
Yeah.
your ass stuck playing Stellaris.
Yeah.
But it's
As long as it scratches the itch you need.
It's
That's all.
definitely not for
I'm
everybody.
definitely not
And
scratching
to be
itches.
honest, like everyone who I talk to about this game starts to roll their eyes and they're like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
So you
giant
thought
nerd?"
bringing it here, you would get a different reaction?
Or no, in fact, I did not whatsoever. In fact, if one
These
of
are
you
my
were
people.
like,
I
"That
found
game
them."
sounds like fucking the bee's
all
knees,"
like,
I'd be like, "You're lying. I don't
why is
trust
he
you."
talking about this?
Can you talk about Smallville now?
Yeah.
Wait a
Oh,
minute. Yeah,
we
what happened
cannot.
to the Green Ranger or whatever you guys watched?
The
Green
The
Ranger.
Green Lantern.
He died.
Wow.
Green
That's what happened.
flashlight. What is it?
This is true. Green
The
flash.
Green
flashlight?
Arrow.
Green
Found it.
flashlight.
The
Green
arrow.
flashlight. What?
It's the Green Arrow. That's Delvin.
Just ask,
Jesus.
Delvin's
just
green
ask
flashlight.
a great question. Dad, what is your favorite Arizona flavor?
The one that I'm drinking, the green tea with ginseng. It's the only one.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's the my daughter likes that one. Jack likes the strawberry. He's
That's
big on
what
the
I like.
strawberry.
That's my favorite.
I am the Arnold Palmer half and half guy.
Not the, I like the half and half. The half and half's good. It's the other one, the strawberry. I think it's called strawberry lemonade.
Yeah, that's Jack. Jack loves that one too.
They have a strawberry kiwi too. That's also good.
And shout out to Arizona.
Arizona's great.
Still 99 cents.
You kept it real all through COVID.
Yeah.
Shout out to you.
Yo,
Arizona said, "Fuck your inflation."
Mm-hmm.
Hear that, Nintendo?
Gee.
yes. You ever?
You got to make sure you buy it from the grocery store, though, because if you go anywhere else, that shit's more than 99 cents.
I was
What
going to
was
say that.
What was Delvin's corner market again called? What was it
Arab
called?
store. I was just there
The
yesterday.
Arab store. The Arab store, yeah.
But what was it actually called? You told us what it
Bawa.
was called. That.
Power
That.
market. Yeah.
What?
They was trying to be slick, boy. They saw them Arizonas and they was like, oh, this is like a
$2.19.
I'm like, bro, it says
Yeah.
99 cents on the can.
So that's the thing. Out here, if in certain stores they don't have the 99 cents on the can, so
Yeah, they
will
changed them.
charge
They're
whatever the
changing
hell
them
they
now.
want. So I only buy them from the grocery stores because that's where they're 99 cents, and sometimes on sale for 69.
They used
Nice.
to have
Nice.
Walgreens. Nice. Walgreens used to have them 2 for $1 at one point.
Mm-hmm.
And boy, I used to
Kroger
rack
does like 10 for 10.
the fuck up.
Damn.
Yep.
Wouldn't 10 for 10 just be $1? Like that's the regular price. Yeah.
It used to be.
That's not uncommon though
Shit's
for
going
the corner stores, the
Yeah, let me-
AMPMs,
it
7-Elevens
might
of
be
the world
5 for
to be a
10.
little
I
bit
don't
more
remember.
pricier than a grocery store. I mean, that's why you're paying for the convenience, right?
Yeah.
They have
Luckily,
all
I
the
have
10 for
enough
10
grocery
things.
stores around me that it's not a problem. There's literally one across the street.
Yeah, I drive past the shitty Ralphs to go to the good one.
Hey,
I miss Ralph's. We don't have those
Oh,
here.
they've got buy 3 get 1.
oh, that's good.
Get one for every
That's
3.
good. Yeah. Well, I'm sorry that you're still playing Stellaris. Hopefully, you get rid of that shit and get back to Assassin's Creed
Yeah,
sometime
maybe see
soon
a
and actually
doctor or
enjoy a
something
video
about that?
game.
Yeah, it sounds like an
I'll,
STD.
Antibiotics?
Damn,
Anything?
you heard
Yeah.
about Snurts? He got Solaris, man.
And I got Stellaris, dude. It's okay. I got the ointment. It'll go away in a few weeks. And eventually, like I said, I will just get bored because something will happen, and I'm just like, I'm
You
out.
will?
I'm just-
Eventually?
Yeah.
You're done already?
I was bored hearing you describe it.
Yeah. I can talk about Assassin's Creed Valhalla a little bit, but like it's the same old thing. Like I'm just trying to get through this big ass game story and get to the end, and it's
You make it sound like it's a burden, but you're playing Stellaris. Wait a minute, make
Actually-
it make sense.
actually-
Hey, no. You need to justify that last statement, sir. You just gave us 15 minutes on space galactic overthrowing, and you were like, this big ass story I'm trying to get to the end to. If it'd get out of its fucking way.
I can play this
What?
boring ass game.
What?
Valhalla is pretty damn repetitive, man. Oh, we're going to a new kingdom.
Stellaris?
Guess what? We got some asshole who's king, and then we got someone else who's going to be king, and we're going to help the cool kid become king and kick out the asshole, rinse and repeat. I don't know, man.
No Stellaris, I'll tell you that much.
It's
Yeah,
definitely
but
not.
it's fucking
Yeah.
It wishes. Shadows wishes.
Yeah.
Whoa. Don't
Watch
bring
out.
shadows into this. Don't bring shadows into this. Don't tank that one.
Like I found the brother again, right? Your blood brother, and he's just like
Yeah.
a dick now with a missing arm, and I'm just like, what the? Okay, just
Did
Did you
just
bang
tell
his?
us
Did you
that.
bang his wife? Because
Oh
I did.
fuck yeah, all the
So
time.
that's why he's a dick. You banged his wife.
He doesn't know
Yeah.
yet. He doesn't know that.
Doesn't
yet.
he?
You know,
He
Yeah,
knows.
probably.
He knows.
Yeah,
He knows.
yeah. He wasn't talking about sitting on the throne. He was like,
I remember.
About
I remember you
his girl.
talking about all the relationships and stuff, and I
Yeah.
was wondering if anybody was gonna like ask because I was like, yeah, I banged everybody.
Yeah, me too. Yeah,
Eivor was an
the
absolute
Franco
slut.
files.
Anytime any romance, I was like, yep, we're
Yeah.
doing it. Let's.
let's go.
There was the blonde Frenchie, and it's like,
Yeah.
hey, I'm about to go to the continent. You want to bang one out
Yeah.
before I leave? I'm like, fuck yeah, let's go, girl.
Of course.
They get right down to it. They get right down
Yeah.
to it.
Goddamn
I
Vikings.
can't believe you're slandering Valhalla like this.
It's okay. Like definitely worth $15.
Oh my god, Stellaris.
Definitely
though.
worth $15. Well,
But no
Stellaris was
Stellaris.
like 10. It was cheap as shit.
Goodness
Uh,
gracious.
1/10 of Mario Kart World.
Right?
Assassin's Creed games are not all the same.
They're pretty similar though.
The one I'm playing is good.
Good. Glad to hear
The
Shadows
rest of them.
improved on the formula. Like I don't even think I'm going to touch the roguelike portion of Valhalla. That's just it's so much.
There's a roguelike portion?
Yeah, and you play
They
as like
threw everything into this game, didn't
Don't
they?
do that.
Jesus Christ.
it's a lot of mythos tied to it as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's something with Odin and Loki going on for the roguelike. And then there's the rating like section of the game that's just rating with like a GTA like style like wanted meter almost. Like the more areas that you raid,
Wow.
the harder it's gonna get and the more defense is gonna go in. Like we were saying on XP, like Haley mentioned, like the level cap is like 500 something now. Like
Something
I'm sorry, what?
ridiculous.
500 something. It's ridiculous. I'm north of 225, and apparently I'm not even
Good
halfway
Lord.
there. So that's what I mean by big ass game. Like I don't know
it's
if I'm going to
huge.
get through it all.
Took me years to beat it.
yeah.
huge.
And
I would play it for 10 or 20 hours, burn out, put it down, come back to like months later, do it again. And I just
Yeah.
kept it. And then all through COVID, then they just kept adding DLC to it like every year.
Wow.
Like here's another one, and
Just
another
wow.
one, and another one, and another. Like, so I just kept coming to do that over and over and over again. But
Yeah, so like I said, I'm having fun, but I think I just needed a break because I would feel like I could play Valhalla for an entire week and still be in the same place I was at the beginning of the week. But even though progress is being made and things are being developed and whatnot.
Is it being made?
Yeah, it slowly is. I'm getting that England map filled in, that's for sure. And
feels like walking across the map in Adamfall, apparently.
Yeah.
At least you get a horse.
The first thing I do when I go to
fast travel on a boat. Get a boat.
Get those sink areas and the boat areas, any kind of fast travel that I can unlock first. I'm definitely going for that. And I do enjoy the world events or side quests, as some people call them, because it has whimsical humor and good writing for those. More than the
conversation.
Yeah, it was.
Like I said, that is not for me.
You knew what I meant. Although I'll give her credit, it did say world event. I
just started smashing the skip button. I was like 30, 45 seconds. Nope, not yet. 2 minutes. Nope, not yet. 3 minutes. Nope, not. Just kept doing it.
Damn.
And then I'm still playing Streets of Rage 4 on my lunch break for about 30 minutes. Like game is so fucking good.
Is so very good.
It's great, and I love the survival missions because it's randomized. So I could just pick whatever.
They're the ones doing the Marvel game, right? The Switch game.
Yes. No. Is it the same people?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah. .emu.
.emu, Dotemu. I don't know how to pronounce it. DOTEMU or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, whatever.
I like them.
That X-Men Marvel game is going to be great.
That game looks really good, and I'm not comic book guy. I was like, oh, I'm absolutely buying this.
Absolutely.
I think they had me at like old school Wolverine, like the red and shit.
Yeah.
I was gotta have it. Gotta have it.
If it's anything like the Turtles game, we're gonna have different skins to unlock. I'm assuming different outfits. And they have.
Is Iron Man gonna be in there? Well, not in the trailer.
We don't know. They didn't give us. They didn't give us the full roster. There's like 16 slots, and they only showed 4 or 5.
I need Iron Man or Sabretooth.
We're gonna have 8 additional characters.
Iron Man's gonna be in there
at least,
or Doctor Doom. He'll probably be Iron Man now.
I want to see She-Hulk.
Iron Man.
I'm here for Venom.
Sabretooth.
Venom's gonna be cool.
Venom.
Yeah.
So
as long as anybody but Moon Knight.
You gotta put extra Moon Knight in there.
Yeah, you get Moon Knight and it's double. You get a couple of them.
I don't know who Moon Knight is.
Exactly.
He's
is that like Marvel's
Batman.
Green Lantern?
Yeah, more like Batman.
No,
but kind of crazier because he has 3 personalities.
Multiple personalities. Yeah, he's special.
Serves the god Kinshu or whatever his name is.
Khonshu.
Yeah. I've been playing Assassin's Creed Shadows still. I finally unlocked Yasuke, and that
after 30 hours.
Cheating.
You kicking ass?
About 30. I think I'm at 30 hours in the game.
God damn it!
But I'm doing everything.
Black man.
I could have probably unlocked him in way less time, but I'm just doing everything because the shit is so much fun. But yeah, Yasuke is definitely cheating. He just bashes through everything.
I'm on a list now. Shit.
I heard one of the folks I listened to, they liked that. They were saying that, apparently with Nawe, when you're inside of a building, you have to stop and open every door. There's an animation, and there's apparently the buildings have lots of doors in them, lots of different hallways.
Mm-hmm.
He's and with Yasuke, I could just run through the doors. He's it saves so much time.
I appreciate it.
They play completely different. Yasuke is just like you can't even climb the walls and stuff as Yasuke.
I wonder if that's an unintended consequence to the design. I wonder if the designers are watching people you're supposed to be an assassin, you're supposed to stealth, and dude just running through the walls
no.
Fucking.
That's exactly how you're supposed to play as him.
Just they Hulk made smash this Kool-Aid guy.
Yeah, they made it very specific that he is not an assassin. You are not supposed to do any of this. You can't. There's certain things that you just cannot do as him. You're not scaling no walls. You're not unlocking the points or anything. He's not doing that. He is a big, bulky samurai, and yes, all those rice paper doors, he just runs through them. Nice. Anything you just run through it.
Reminds me of Homer Simpson when they were in Japan. He kept walking through the doors.
Yeah, that is basically Yasuke. He's just what is this for? There's no, how when you're the assassin, you can have the kind of focus mode. Yasuke does not have that. There's no focus mode. You ain't sneaking up on nobody with him. You are going to go bash their skull in. And
he's Joel.
Yeah, he's a
It's
tank.
It's literally a yin and yang situation,
Yeah.
right? Like polar opposites. Maybe that's what's making it more entertaining for you than Valhalla. Like as far as like not being as
he's
repetitive
not
because you
playing
can switch
Valhalla.
off.
I don't give a fuck
between
about
the
Valhalla. I
two.
didn't play that shit. I played
They lost
30
him-
seconds
they
of Valhalla.
lost
Was
him
like, nope,
They lost him in ancient white people.
Yeah.
1,000%. I was like, I don't
we
want
know.
a white Viking.
Old white people. We know George Bush.
Oh.
We don't need to see no more.
Thank you. Yeah.
You know, it's odd because like I'm a big American history major. Like that's my forte is early American history and studying and all that. And I couldn't get through Assassin's Creed 3. I was just like, no.
Yeah.
Starts.
No.
Starts.
I like 3. I know most people don't.
You're an American history major. And what's your job again now?
I work in advertising. I was going to be a teacher, but you know what
Damn,
they don't
you didn't
have
to
at
do them like that, man.
you know what they don't have
Yes,
at
Jesus.
you know what they
Be
don't
your
have
own
at
people,
ad
sir.
agencies?
People
You
from
know
your
what they don't
own
have at
podcast.
agencies?
What?
They don't have active shooter drills.
Well,
And I
that's a good
guarantee
point.
you I'm making more money than I would be if I was a teacher. And I was actually
Oh,
That is a solid clapback, sir.
I was a
Mhm.
student teaching at Canoga Park High School and after 3 months, I had a knot in my stomach from stress, and I just hated the whole experience. So
'Cause you hate kids.
I really thought I wanted to teach 8th grade, U.S. history because I had a really cool 8th grade U.S. history teacher, and it's early America, and they're in 8th grade. They're not complete assholes yet.
Aren't they?
Maybe.
That's like the most asshole.
Shit. Exactly.
Eighth grade is
That's the
like
worst.
the worst.
Yeah, but like
Fuck
you
them
can,
kids.
but they're on their way out of junior high, like they've accomplished something because
Who
they're finally-
lied to
Accomplished
you?
shit.
Do
Fuck
you
them kids.
remember being in 8th grade?
Yeah, I loved it.
Oh my
8th grade
god, I
was-
wanted to get out.
What's-
That was all. Like I was.
I
That's
had a blast.
out of here.
I finally figured it all out, and then I had to go to high school, which fucked everything
Awful.
up again.
No, high school.
I liked 8th grade and my senior year of high school a lot because like I said, figured everything out, king of the campus, all that kind of nonsense.
Yeah.
Little bastards
Yeah.
in 8th grade. Fuck them kids.
Yeah.
I
My
also
sister
didn't like the idea
is an art
of-
history major, and she's
Yeah.
now a flight attendant. So
Yes, that's how
I
that
mean,
My
it's
works.
wife's a
just-
music
it is what it
major.
is.
She's a paralegal.
Yes.
Yeah,
I make fun of her
I-
all the time. I made fun of her then. I was like, yeah, I'll help you get a job at that music factory. It's open up down the street.
CNC.
CNC. Anyway, Yasuke is dope. All right. There's no point in even using the light attacks. Everything is just heavy attacks because he can take all the beatings. Like you get hit and it's like it didn't even happen. I don't even bother dodging with him because there's no point. Just take
my
the
kind of
beating and
stuff.
then smash them in 2 hits. It's
Love it.
It is
Love it.
ridiculous. It's not fair at all. And his story is also really, really, really good.
You're
Like
describing
just as your
Eivor,
as your
by the way.
okay.
Just
No,
throwing it out there.
no,
Yeah.
no Vikings. No Vikings.
Yeah,
we don't
same
do,
thing.
we don't do that here.
But you're doing it. You just
No.
with a different sword.
With a sword, not an axe.
You can have a sword.
Nah.
Kind of a mace, a flail, the whole thing. But same difference.
Yeah, but
Carry on.
also the world
Carry
is
on.
born.
Carry on.
The
Carry
world
on.
is born. Yeah. So
it is.
His
actually
story is
fun
really
having a
good.
Hammer and axe at the same time. It really is kind
That
of
sounds pretty cool.
I don't want a hammer and an axe, just a sword.
What kind of
and a bow.
weapon are you using for Yasuke?
His katana, like the long katana, and then he also has a bow. You can get a gun with him, but I'm not doing that. I'm not playing with no fucking gun. This is
Yeah.
gonna use the bow and be very traditional
They,
here.
they would give the black guy a gun. Here you go.
Yes.
Go,
Good Lord.
go do a drive-by.
Yeah, but his story and seeing how he becomes the samurai, like overcoming like being a slave basically, and just like his progression through everything is really, really interesting. Watching all that play out and then trying to figure out how it all ties into the story with Naue. Like I haven't even gotten to any of the like actual assassin stuff. It's really just like their stories and how they come together, and now we're trying to undo everything that has transpired with Nobunaga. So it's been a lovely, lovely time. I cannot wait to get back to the game and play some more of it. The combat just keeps getting more and more like in depth and exciting. There's just so many more things to unlock and do. Now it's still the glass cannon. Like she can take anybody out really fast, but the moment you get into any real combat, if there's more than one person and you're not really good on the sticks, you're gonna die really fast. Where with Yasuke, it's just like, go ahead, hit me, please, try, and then I'm gonna smash you. It's very satisfying, and I'm at the point where you can switch between both of them.
Does Assassin's Creed still do that thing where they're like, you're in present day now. You have to play 2 hours in the present day and go back 30
Oh
hours.
yeah, that.
So no, You don't even start with any present day anything in this one. Like the way it takes you in, like it's like, hey, you're an anonymous and I'm this mysterious voice and now you're here.
Yeah,
Like
kinda-
there's no getting back to it or going back to the anonymous. I saw
Dev
something.
shit.
yeah, get
Yeah.
that shit the fuck up out of here.
No, that was
I'm
dev
here.
shit.
Well, I read something today that says like I guess whatever the ending is leading back into like the modern day,
That's
and
how
I'm here for
Valhalla
that.
does it. That's how Valhalla
Yeah,
does
I'm
it.
here for that. Like I like the idea of like it cascading into the modern day
I'm fine with
assassins
that.
versus Templars. Like that's what I want. But like the going back and forth with just some random person, no. With Desmond
Yeah.
while he was like becoming an assassin, I liked that.
Yeah,
Because
That
it's
made
like
sense.
you're doing all of this
Dev always
stuff.
like the present day stuff.
Yeah, I'm here
But-
for it because it was part of the story. Like the whole reason for going back is to get this stuff to
Should've been Watch
continue
Dogs.
this battle. Exactly. That's what it should have
Should have
did.
been Watch Dogs.
Just
They
such a
tied those two
fucking missed
universes
opportunity.
together.
Once they killed Desmond, that shit should have ended with Desmond. Like, all right, bro, Desmond's gone now.
I mean, it kind of did.
Kind of did. That's
Well, not
that's
really.
what he's
Like,
describing. It basically did.
they
It
still
did.
had those modes in it. And other,
Yeah.
other games like
Not
Black
really.
Flag, they
Black
had-
Flag, you were just an employee.
and you were collecting
I
like post-it notes.
I don't
around
wanna
the
do none of that
office as
shit.
Part of
Like,
like
once-
the story. Like
no,
it's
no,
fucking
that's-
weird, man.
it's fucking
Yeah,
terrible.
that was dumb. They got rid of the modern day storytelling portion with Desmond when they killed him.
Yeah, they should have
So.
killed that a long time ago.
There's nothing like going through like the new modern office building for your first day on the job, right?
It's a
Black
shame. They
Flag.
could have done. They could have done like the whole Watch Dogs crossover thing, and it would have been like
Mhm.
the Marvel, like the MCU, with like all the cut scenes, the end scenes, the final credit scenes, like
Yeah.
piecing together and set up the next sequels and stuff. And
Yeah.
they kind of
Have Howard and Duck show up and I don't know
They
where.
just
fucked it all up.
just let it die because CTOS is basically the Templars. Like the whole premise, like it was right there,
It was really
and they
good.
just said, "Never mind."
And especially if
Never mind,
Watch
we're not gonna
Dogs,
do
like
that.
you weren't like the person, but like maybe you're like one of the support people.
One of the
You're
dogs.
doing all the missions to hack, find all the
Mhm.
information to help. The anime. That would have been dope.
I mean,
That'd
that's
be so
exactly
good.
what you were with Marcus. You weren't like the guy. Like it was really Satara,
right,
and
right,
you
right.
were like they just. It's such a fucking missed opportunity. Makes me mad every time I think about it.
Mm-hmm.
I
Trash.
do find it funny how Assassin's Creed games by the end of it, you're like, you know, all that history stuff that happened?
Fuck it.
Aliens. Aliens, buddy. That's
Yeah.
what happened right
I
now.
love that stuff. I love that stuff.
Me too.
No, it's
I love
neat.
all that
That's
stuff.
why
as
the
well.
Don't get me wrong,
That's why
but it's
this
just
shit pisses me off every year when they have a game. They're like, "This isn't factual." Of course, it's a fucking video game, dude. Like we used to
Right.
punch George Washington and shit. Like it's like, didn't we kill like the Pope?
Mhm.
yeah.
Come on, man, get with
Yeah.
it.
And Valhalla, it's like the aliens were Odin and Loki and all of
Yeah.
them. Like
Yeah,
that's way
That
went
shit
off
was-
the deep, and I'm like,
that
I'm
shit
here
was
for it.
Deep. It was real deep.
I love it. Yeah, I love all of that stuff. I'm here for all of that nonsense. It's great.
You want a historical accurate gameplay? Oregon Trail. You know,
Ooh.
like,
Right. Right.
get dysentery and die.
You have
you,
died
um,
of dysentery.
Snurts, when you picked that game up, did you get Ragnarok at all? Was it included in your bundle?
Ragnarok for Valhalla, is that a DLC?
Ragnarok is an expansion,
Correct.
and
Mhm.
it's like its own game. It's like 50 hours itself.
I don't think I got
Jesus
that. I
Christ.
crashed that base
Here's the
game.
thing. Here's why I say it. If you've seen board or anything with Valhalla like standard, Ragnarok is Valhalla, but with like a bunch of mythical, magical shit thrown in, so you can like
Okay.
fly and shoot shit and do all kinds of cool stuff like that. So if you're wanting to jazz it up a bit, maybe try Ragnarok.
Yeah, Kratos is great.
Yeah, yeah, it's pretty much that.
Because isn't Avar Odin?
Yeah,
Like, yeah.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yep. Everybody
I mean-
has a doppelganger, and you're all fighting in the it's
Every
ridiculous.
time you kill somebody who's part of the Order or the Templars, they give you
Yeah.
like a little cutscene where like you have your version of Odin with his one eye.
It's
missing.
pretty awesome.
always-
How they tie it all the way back
That
into the
sounds
modern
dope.
day stuff is
Yeah.
pretty awesome.
Yeah,
it's
and
pretty
you
crazy.
can
It's just-
you drink elixirs to go into Asgard for the roguelite version of the
So
game.
like
and
the
there's-
Ragnarok expansion is all that. Like you
Yeah.
can do all that and more.
And isn't that how like what was that Odyssey or something like that was more mythos based than some of the other Assassin's Creed games where they
I think so.
that's
yeah.
where they started all the mythos with
Yeah.
Odyssey, I believe.
I didn't
right?
play that one as
Interesting.
much.
Yeah.
Huh.
I could never really get into Odyssey.
All right. Well, Donnie, we have shot the shit long enough. It's been an hour. Let's get into the news.
All right.
Hey, Donnie, what is in the news this week on PSVG?
Blueprint is smashing onto the scene as it takes over the gaming sphere. Game is currently sitting at a 92 on Metacritic and being lauded by the gaming media as the leader in the clubhouse for Game of the Year. Most importantly, it's coming to Game Pass and PlayStation Plus tomorrow, launch day. So if you want to play one of the hottest, most talked about games of the year so far, this is your moment. Go play
Great JC album.
Blueprints.
And it's the Blueprint, yeah. Mm-hmm. PS Plus Extra, right?
Yeah. It's in the non-essential tier. We talked about this game. You may not remember. I think it was in the Sony State of Play. I think it was shown or one of the showcases, and Shuhei was hyping it up. I remember I brought that story. Shuhei was like, "This is going to be like Game of the Year," and that was like 6 months ago or whatever. And here it is, and he was pretty spot on. Like, people love this game. I heard Jeff talk about it. I wrote this game off the moment I saw it. I was like, absolutely not. I definitely don't think that's a game for me. But the people that are into it, like, they love this shit.
So the media, the games media,
Yes.
that we just can't trust. I don't trust them.
So Jace is here, and I bet Jace loves this game.
I'm sure he
Little
does.
emoji. Yeah, this is sounds like
Probably.
a very Jace-esque game. I bet our board video game crew, they really might like this too. It's like, so as I understand it, is you could call it like a card game, like a deck builder, but it doesn't play like cards. You're not playing cards at all. You essentially get these rooms that you assemble together, and it's a roguelite, and you're basically trying to find your way, I guess, to the top floor or to a certain amount of rooms or whatever. But as you do it, you uncover all this kind of, I guess, lore and stuff about why you were doing it and who you are and his family and parents. Very, very, very deep. I listened to Bombcast talk about it, and there was like 6 people, and they were just drooling over this game, talking about how amazing it is. And it
Sounds
sounded
like
amazing.
Stellaris.
I think that's disrespectful, but yeah, people out there like it. So if you're into roguelikes or anything like that, go give it a try.
Roguelites with no combat and a bunch of weird puzzles. No, this looks boring.
That was me
as
when I first
shit.
saw it. I was like, absolutely not.
Just go listen to JC's album, The Blueprint.
At least
I'll
you
do
can
that
blow
instead.
shit up in Stellaris, you know? You can boom, boom.
See that?
Wow.
That's a saving grace for that. There's no blowing up of anything in this. I'm watching the trailer. I'm like, this looks like Clue. No, thank you.
Kinda, yeah, it does.
Kind of gives me like some Mist vibes for some
It's
reason.
very, very. I was just saying, the Miss, the Witness, I guess is like
Yeah,
something like
yeah,
that. But if
yeah.
it was like a roguelike. So,
Yawn.
the big story this week really was tariffs, like globally, not just video games, but like the big story this week across the world has been tariffs. And the Japanese market wasn't spared from that. So, tying into that, markets closed on Japan on Monday with Nintendo down almost 8%, Sony was down 10%, Capcom down 6%, Square Enix down 5%. Now, since then, today, Trump announced a 90-day pause on tariffs and a flat rate. So those markets have rebounded somewhat. They're not back to the level, but they're almost close. Tariffs led to Nintendo of America not taking pre-orders in America. And then they just said the exact same thing for Canada too. So there are no
Sorry,
pre-orders,
Canada.
no pre-orders for North America or Canada at the
I
moment.
know Canada's like, fuck you guys.
Oh yeah,
Isn't Canada part of North America? So,
They're like,
hey man.
I was going to say, would it be funny
Jay
if
says you blow up your
like,
friend.
Mexico gets it before Canada and the U.S.?
You're right, Rebecca. That's why we did so many checks. You're absolutely right. This
Yep.
news changes every day, so don't lock it in. But,
well, we
yeah,
at least got
Yeah.
90 days. So in 3 months, we'll be right back at this.
we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Or something else will come up that he makes
Dude.
up just to solve
That's if
magically.
he's even thinking
know,
about
just
tariffs.
making up
It
shit as
just-
I
you
don't
go.
even know if
feels
he's
like-
taking.
Market manipulation, because like several people
Yeah,
like
yeah.
The stocks,
MTG bought a
buy
bunch of stocks.
Yeah.
So like this just feels all kinds of illegal. Like there's no real plan here at all. We doesn't really care about the
Feels
tariffs.
like not one person should have the control over this.
Correct. This
To
is
impact
awful.
global markets, not just ours, but literally every other market across the
Mhm.
world.
Well, and it's
So-
wild because Congress has the power of the purse, and for some reason they ceded all this authority to the executive branch to just levy tariffs, and it was supposed to be more of a wartime thing, but we're not horror.
Yeah, but
Right.
Not
yeah.
yet.
You know?
We're still
all
young.
sorts of- and then the fact that
he
these
passed
fucking
the
idiots
declaration of emergency.
doesn't understand that like trade deficits aren't like a bad thing. Like we all have
Right.
trade deficits with our grocery store.
Yeah.
Because we are not making things to trade with the grocery store in some weird barter system. Like we will not have ever the same trade levels with Madagascar and the United States because we're buying a shit ton of vanilla from Madagascar and they're not buying a crap ton of whatever, we make here, be it entertainment or software or what have you. It's just all sorts of stupid and very, very frustrating.
It is.
This fucker is taking like goddamn financial lessons from William McKinley from the 19th century while we were still on the goddamn gold standard. It's like, what the fuck are we doing here?
It's so bad. Him getting mad because people aren't buying our food. Our food sucks. That's why they're not buying it. They have better food. Or getting mad that other places aren't importing our cars. Well, that's because we make shit cars and they don't make any sense. And nobody wants that. Nobody wants a giant truck with their little roads. Like we
don't want one either. Like we don't want a Ford either.
Let me see that Ford.
I've got 2 Toyotas.
In Venice, Venice, Italy.
A Volkswagen, a Toyota, and a Dodge. Like.
I have a 2006 Toyota Corolla, and it's one of the best purchases I ever made.
Yes,
seriously, it's like a great car.
This is causing a lot of panic through Shackdom, which we talked about on Shack this week. I got to tell you, I've been enjoying it, like just sitting back and just watching doom happen. Just like I get to bear witness to just utter chaos. Yeah. What's this gonna be like? Every day you wake up and it's just more and more nonsense and more. I'm like, I just gave up hope. Starts. I was like, there's nothing I can do. There's not anything one person can do here. It's like, I guess we're doing this today.
I was thinking of selling my individual stocks and I knew this was happening and then rebuying them when the market crashed. But then I was like, you know what? I'm not smart enough for this. I'll probably fuck it up and end up getting screwed one way or another.
Yeah, smart.
So,
same.
I cheat all my investments long term, and it did hurt though. I definitely checked my 401k and I lost 20 grand the last time I checked, and I was like, I know that 20 grand will come back, but that's a lot of money for me. Good Lord.
20 grand. This is why you put your money under the mattress, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Can't lose it if it's under the
It's
mattress.
like drug money, baby. That's the best way to go.
Yep.
I can't put more money in the mattress and then it generates more money when the times are good. So
look, the price of the brick went up. All right.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. I've been using it all week in Shack.
Yeah.
Just like every time somebody comes in with a panic post, the price of the brick's gone up.
Yeah.
The Mario hit's gonna cost you a little bit more. They got that blue magic, Dalvin. Sonic.
Magic, baby. Like
Let's go.
I also heard that China is retaliating and they're thinking about pulling American movies from theaters. And if that happens, that could be huge because the global market is what's keeping these movies alive. That's how these movies become billion-dollar properties. And so if they start saying fuck you, we're going to make our own movies, or we're just going to go to the Brits or somebody else. They should do that. They should do that on principle. Stop sending us your fucking Fast and Furious movies. Right.
We don't want them anymore.
All of a sudden, Transformers 12 tanks because they don't have the market in China watching the giant robots punch each other.
Stop sending us your shitty movies, you ass.
Yeah, and then I think my individual stocks I lost $2,000, but that
Snurch, you're making us depressed. This is supposed to be a fun podcast.
Sorry.
Yeah, I don't even have stocks. I don't know that.
I lost $22,000 in a couple of days.
Yeah, but again, it's long term. If I was trying to cash out now, this would be a dreadful impact, but it's not. And if you just hold your powder. No, it doesn't make it okay.
That doesn't make it okay at all.
No,
I'm trying to find the silver lining in the shitty situation here.
Sure.
But it's covered with shit, and that's the problem.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm not gonna lie. If I lost $22,000, somebody gotta die.
Yeah, this is exactly why.
Bro, this is why I don't do stocks.
Yeah, and that's what Rebecca said. If I lost $22,000, I'd kill myself. Yeah, this is why we don't do this. We got enough problems. There's no way.
I wouldn't kill myself. Someone else would be gone. Somebody got to go.
I think it would be different if I lost $22,000 from my savings account. That would piss me off a lot more. But
what's a savings account?
Yeah.
What's that?
If I lost 22,000 in theory, I'm killing the motherfucker.
Oh yeah.
Don't even joke about me losing 22,000. So a bitch gotta die. Like, yo, find my money.
I did lose 275 Mario Karts.
Yes.
So many Mario Karts.
Exactly.
So many Mario Karts.
Yeah, I what am I gonna do? Get super fucking pissed about something I don't really have control over?
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, that's
Yes.
Rationally so.
That's what black people been doing our whole life.
That's
All we can do.
That's all we've been doing.
That's when I start watching like Daily Show or Have I Got News for You or Seth Meyers, and I get some laughter out of it. And
it's also non-serious. Like when you see this man, he's like changing policy day by day via tweet. It's like this is just nonsense.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's fucking
definitely
stupid.
had an effect, and it cost a lot of people a lot of money, not just in investments.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So
Well, yeah.
I'd have to have a 401k to lose anything at first, so I'm good here. I can't lose what I don't have.
Mine was down like $6,000.
I emptied out mine years ago.
Same, Delvin. Same.
Like years ago. Like, fuck this. Y'all ain't getting my money. Give me my cash now, please.
So you guys
now I have a
investing
pension.
Oh, you have a pension. That's even
I have
better.
a pension. Yeah.
Pension is
Yeah, it's
rad.
better.
And then also, land is still probably one of the safest investments you got. So if you're able
This
to
is
invest in that kind of
podcasting
thing-
with your dad.
Sorry.
Saving money for
Land.
the future. And
What the hell is land? I don't have land savings. What these are all
Deb-
foreign
Dad doesn't
words
have
to me.
grass.
Sorry, my white privilege is showing.
No, it took someone to die for me to have land.
Yeah, no, I hear that, man. I
Yeah.
feel stuck in my apartment too because it's under $2,000 in LA, and you ain't finding that. Like, I got
No,
a
you're
2-bedroom,
not.
2-bath, 2 parking spots
Holy
under
shit.
$2,000.
You're not finding that here.
No, not at all. That's why I'm stuck. I can't leave because I can't
Yeah.
afford it if I leave.
That's why I don't want to leave my house ever because it's also under $2,000.
There you go. Yeah, yeah. No, I'm very. There's a reason I'm living in the same place for over a decade, driving the same car for 2 decades. You know? But yeah, we
This
can
is
move
an
on.
87 Honda. How dare you?
I had somebody come
rents.
up to me in the grocery store parking lot being like, I want to buy your car because it's a stick shift and they can't find them anymore. And it has 122,000 miles on it. And I was like, yeah, sure. 20 grand. Give me 20 grand for this old ass car. I'll give it to you right now.
Wow. Okay. I have no idea where to go from there. Yeah, the transition.
The reality
doesn't
is-
exist.
When the hell are we gonna get Switch pre-orders? Damn you!
Yeah.
Like the sad
We're
part
just waiting
was
for
like,
them to open.
if Nintendo could have been like, you know what, we're just gonna leave it here because he's gonna roll this back because today was supposed to be pre-order day, and what does he do? Rolls everything back that even caused the delay in the first damn place.
Yep.
There is
It's
a rumor.
so annoying.
Somebody found in the code display on Walmart's website that April 21st is a date that's held in there. That could have been just somebody listing that because they don't know, or but I'm positive Nintendo will let us know. I didn't like hearing that it could be the 21st. That seems too far away. Like, I don't know if we'll be here April 21st. like based on the way things are going, like, I don't know if the world will exist April 21st. I need to get this
might not
pre-order
make it.
in right away.
Honey, are you
Drop
gonna
the
skip
pre-orders, Nintendo.
Are you gonna skip celebrating 420? Because like I gotta save for the Switch, baby.
No, I liquidated a bunch of shit this way. I can afford both. Plus, I told you, Weedman hooked me up. I told you that, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you got the
Yeah.
delivery error.
Yeah. So I went to I have this flower they get from a shop nearby that I like a lot, but it's expensive. It's like $120 for like a little bitty thing. Like I think it's like, I don't know. I don't even want to say it. I don't know how much it is. Anyway, so I Googled the place and I realized that they ship. And apparently they ship from California, and I was like, I wonder if I could just have it like literally mailed to me. I was like, that surely you can't do that. Like that's got to be illegal. Oh, you totally can. So I put an order, and I was like, let's see what happens. And like 8 days goes by, and I don't hear a thing. I don't see an email, and I'm like, uh-oh. So I go to email their customer service, and I email them like 2 or 3 times over like 3 or 4 days. No reply. And I'm like, shit, what have I done? I go to call them. The number's disconnected. I'm like, I've just given somebody my credit card. I have no idea who or anything. So I go to my bank and I file a claim. That was last Friday. Monday, I wake up. I got a phone call at 8:00 in the morning. Hey, we're so-and-so from the thing. We seen your customer reply. Sorry, we didn't get back to you. we've been using AI to do our customer service, and apparently it just wasn't responding or answering the phone or anything.
AI said no more.
And they didn't know. And I was like, I'm really glad you called me because I put in a dispute to my bank. I thought you guys were like steal my credit cards. And because I totally get it. He's like, if I was in your boat, I would have done the same thing. He goes, well, if you want a refund, I can refund you now. He's like, but we don't want to lose your business. If you'd like us to make it up to you. And I was like, sure, how? He's like, listen, I'll just double your order. I was like, wow, because it's like $100. And he goes, and I'll throw in like 5 vapes and a dab, and you can try that and the other thing. And I was like, holy shit, are you serious? And he's like, I'll overnight it. And it got here today. And I was like, no fucking way. Like, I sent a picture of my wife. My wife was like, you look like a dealer. There's so much here.
Yeah.
Looked like I could set up a shop.
When I visit my mom up in Humboldt, she has like, I swear to God, she's putting these kids, like they're the kids through college, because she'll go and be like, oh, here's our best customer. And they're like, all right, Laura, you're going to spin the wheel. And what do you want today? And they always give her like twice as much. And sometimes I'm there and they're like, hey, what do you want? You want something too? I'm like, Mom, you're spending way too much money here if they're just giving this shit out for free. Like, what the fuck you doing, lady?
It was really funny to have all that. So anyway, sorry for the tangent, but I thought it was a fun story. Yeah, I'm covered. 420, I'm good.
Yeah.
All the money can go right to the Switch 2 fund.
That's rad. Sweet.
But I have been liquidating. I have Sean got me. Sean's just unloading all of his stuff, and I was like, yeah, I probably should too. If it was going up, and you remember where we were 3 days ago. I was like, oh shit, this thing's gonna be crazy. Like MSNBC is saying it's $800. I gotta free up some money. So I have actually. I sold 6 items for $1,000.
Oh,
so
cool. That'll cover it.
I'll be good to go.
Then you can get your like $30,000 strap or whatever accessories you want to include.
That's true. PlayStation non-essentials, as we discussed, Blueprints coming this month. Lost Records, Bloom and Rage Tape 2, Hogwarts Legacy, Battlefield 1, EA Sports PGA Tour, Plate Up. And if you have the highest tier, where you pay the most money for the most games, they're rewarding your extreme patronage with Alone in the Dark 2 and War on Monsters. Aren't you happy you pay so much money for those?
Alone in the Dark 2, a new nightmare.
Dev, are you good?
Yeah, I'm fine. I don't know what happened with the software. It just decided to take a shit, but I'm still here.
Got you. Sony's rolling out animated PlayStation 5 backgrounds for select users to beta test, featuring God of War, Horizon, and more. I can only see the screenshot that was shared in the article, but looks awesome. Themes are arriving to PlayStation. Are you guys going to buy some theme? Are they free? Do you guys know?
I'm not going to buy shit. I tell you that.
Ain't nobody buying no damn theme.
Let me tell you. If the price of the bricks going up, Nintendo's about to start selling some themes. They're going to start making some of that money back. So you wouldn't buy a theme for your PlayStation?
Hell no. I never bought no damn theme. For what?
They sold them on PlayStation 4, right?
Yeah,
I never bought any of them.
I bought like 40 of them. I had so many.
Oh, I'm definitely buying themes.
Yeah, I had so many.
This is what I say. I think it's the most ridiculous thing ever.
You get to customize your console.
I think paying for it is ridiculous. I don't think the customization is.
Who cares?
I'm pressing X to play the game. I'm not even going to see the damn thing.
Yeah. Meanwhile, this whole damn PC has a theme.
Yeah, because I see that every day.
Yeah, you see the UI
I don't see the UI in the game on the PlayStation, because when I turn it on, it takes me right back into the game where I was.
You need to buy a new game.
The damn UI. Yeah, and then I see the tile. I'm not going to see the theme long enough for it to matter.
I can't win with them. Anyway, themes are awesome. Good. That's awesome. Have fun, PlayStation.
I want a theme.
I like I said, I'm okay with themes, but I'm not going to pay money for this stuff.
If Nintendo let me buy themes, I'd be a very poor person.
I'm buying themes.
I'd buy so many Mario Kart ones of themes.
I'm with Donnie.
Like 100%.
Yeah,
my
if you
3DS,
both of your backgrounds, we understand.
My 3DS had like 50 themes on it, for sure. Like I bought a theme like every time a mood changed. You get holiday themes and seasonal themes, your favorite character themes, themes that match the game you're playing. Oh man, it's great stuff.
Absolutely the fuck not.
Who hurt you?
Nobody
hurt you so much that you could be so resistive to something that only brings happiness.
I don't see the theme for it to do anything. I'm playing the game.
Themes are the golden retrievers of video games. You guys are just hate them.
I
You're
agree.
dumb and loyal.
Yes.
Yes. That's exactly what a theme is.
Exactly.
Nailed it.
Nonsense. Especially not for no money. Free themes, sure. I'm still not going to use them. But
Oh man,
paid? Absolutely not.
I'm all
they have
in,
like
baby.
music and animations. It's good stuff.
Especially on the PS5, because as soon as you go to the game tile,
Right, you
there's
got
no
game
theme.
That is
The
problem.
game
Well,
tile is the theme.
Hopefully, the theme would override that, right?
Correct. That's what
I
I'm
don't
assuming.
think so.
If you have like a
I-
premium theme, it would be cool if they just took that away.
No,
It
because,
didn't
like,
do
when you're
that
gonna
with
go
the
to-
30th anniversary themes. It didn't get rid of that. You still had the game tile.
I know.
so
I know.
It's just-
It's not my fault. Your damn UI sucks. I can't help you there.
Themes are stupid. Play the damn game.
I love themes. Themes are great.
Thank
Let me
you,
turn
Dom.
on my
course you do.
console and
Look at it.
hear like Charlie Brown or some cool shit.
Yeah.
like that. I'm all in.
I had a Christmas theme that I always put on the PlayStation every year because it played Christmas music. I had snowflakes that came down.
Y'all just
know how
like
many-
turn your consoles on and just sit there and look at the themes? Is that what you do?
Have you ever seen the Firewatch theme on PlayStation 4? That shit is like,
Yes,
dope.
I have.
it'll put you in a
And-
trance.
Yeah, no. I'm turning on my system to play the fucking game.
It's so peaceful. Snarf.
Especially after
And
the
sit
weed
there
ban
and you
gives
play
you a
that
delivery.
music.
I think that's what it is. It's they get high and they're just like, oh man, this thing.
You know how many
Shut up,
anime
bro.
themes I had on
Then
my
starts to
PS3?
be on my team if that's how it was.
Well,
He's on your
you know,
fucking team.
No, I'm for free. I'm not for paying. Let me be very
Whoa.
clear. I
Um,
don't think themes should be paid for. They
Whoa.
should be free.
Based on what happened to you, you don't even be paying for anything.
No, I don't want to pay for anything.
All right, this came out last week, but because Switch was so crazy, we didn't get to it. So Night Dive said last week that they want to remaster Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 games. I didn't read the whole article, but their big quote in the headline was, "We stand ready to bring these games back." So I thought this was interesting because obviously the question everybody's asking is what games do you want to see remastered? And I think there's always like a couple that people go to. A lot of them are first party. And if that's your answer, that's fine. But obviously the first party would have to work on that. Because I feel like a lot of the games that I would want to come back from this era have. And I feel like this question's getting harder to answer.
I have some.
Shoot.
Chronicles of Riddick,
Oh, nice. Yeah.
100%.
Do you think that would come back?
I think it's a possibility. I think
Because like in my
these are-
head, I ruled out like first party games and licensed games, thinking that those would be difficult.
If you have to renew the license to do a remaster, that might be a pain in the
Vin
butt.
Diesel,
That's
I
why-
think, owns that company. If I remember correctly, the
I don't know if that
people
makes
He
it
does have
easier
a
or
game
harder.
company. Yeah.
Yeah,
He
I don't
owns he has a game company, so he may own the IP itself.
I think he does. I think he owns the IP of Riddick, if I remember correctly, because they gave it to him after he came back to the Fast and Furious franchise. He's like, "I'll come back if you give me the Riddick franchise." They said,
Yeah, that wouldn't shock me.
All right. I mean, I didn't mean to tell you your answer couldn't happen. I wasn't thinking like licensed games for licensed reasons.
There's a
and I
couple of
wasn't
ones I'm
thinking
thinking of. in
first
license.
party games because first parties would do it themselves. But continue.
That one, the Transformers series,
Okay.
which is the War for Cybertron series, is essentially. Like I know, Xbox kind of owns that now.
Yeah.
So I can see them doing something with those maybe.
Sure. Yeah. That's good.
I'm trying to think if there are any other Xbox 360 games that they come out with that are not dumb. Because in my head, I think of the funny ones like Wet. Like, just bring back
yeah.
Wet.
Yeah.
Why not?
But something
The
like
Saboteur.
Crimson
The
Skies.
That's a good one. That's a really
Saboteur's
good one.
Yeah.
Saboteur. Oh, Pandemic.
Yeah.
Their last hurrah before they got shut down. Saboteur.
Yeah.
Man.
Splinter
what
Cell
about,
Blacklist.
Splinter Cell Chaos Theory would be great. I would love to.
Ubisoft
again.
they're making a new one, right? Not remastering? Or are they remastering the one?
We
I would
think.
like.
think
I would
they're
like
making a new
a
one.
Chaos Theory that kind of ups the play style a little bit, makes it more modern and faster, so it's not as slow paced.
Splinter Cell Conviction. Blacklist. Those are two Splinter Cell games. Maybe a Splinter Cell Collection would be cool.
Sure. Yeah. Although, is Michael Ironside going to come back to do the voice, or are we just going to get a sound alike?
AI.
That's a good question.
Oh
Donnie.
shit!
Damn it,
Don't-
man. My heart.
Don't do that.
I felt like I just lost
No.
another 20 grand.
That's where we're headed.
What about classic like Infamous, Resistance, right?
I think a
Kinda
lot of
stuff.
people go to Infamous Resistance,
Yeah.
and
Resistance,
Yeah.
Infamous.
we would all love those. I just don't think Sony would farm those out to Night Dive, right? They'd do that
Gotcha.
themselves if they wanted to do it. But so many of the games that I think of have been remastered. Like the Batmans have been brought forward, all Tomb Raiders, the Grand Theft Auto games for the most part. A lot of games have been brought
Yeah.
forward and remastered from that gen. I was like, that question is harder to answer than not, I think, these days. All the Resident Evils have been done and redone.
Ooh,
You know?
Max Payne 3.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Ooh, there you go.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
a really good one.
They're remastering or remaking 1 and 2, right?
Correct.
Yeah, I don't care about those. I want 3.
I wonder if those are going to play like. Well, I guess they couldn't. You couldn't change. That'd change the whole damn game.
Yeah.
You would have to keep
Yeah.
the bullet time.
It's
for
time,
sure.
Dev. 50 Cent Blood in the Sand.
But
Let's
I'm
go,
just saying-
baby.
Bring it back,
do it.
baby.
There you go. Wasn't there a Max Payne clone too, where you had a dog and you were like a cop?
Yeah, that was Dead to Rights.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Dead
there
to
you
Rights.
go.
Yeah.
Rights.
that could be fun.
Yeah, that's a good one. Def Jam Vendetta.
I was getting ready to say Def Jam.
I knew that. I
was
thought it was
too.
the first one you answered. Like when you were like, "I've got some," I was like, "Here comes Def Jam."
We'll have a bunch of them.
Yeah.
Trying to think of all the games in my head that I would want to see come back.
Okay. Army of Two, said no one. Mirror's
You know
Edge,
what?
said someone.
I would like a remake of Kane and Lynch.
Okay.
Yeah.
I used to like that game.
I never played either one of them.
The first one's good. They were talking about making a movie out of it too, which was weird. And Jamie Foxx
Was
is
it?
supposed to be in the movie.
I can see that. I can see that as a movie for sure.
I think it's supposed to be Jamie Foxx and Bruce Willis, if I remember correctly. Something like that.
I mean, no, Bruce Willis ain't doing nothing.
No, not now. That definitely ain't happening.
Yeah, that's sad.
It is.
Damn, guys.
I did like seeing that photo of his birthday though with Demi Moore. It seemed like a very sweet moment. At least
Yeah,
the way they captured it and posted it on the social medias.
Yeah.
No Blue Dragon, Delvin.
That's a great one. Blue Dragon would be a good one to bring back. Blue Dragon. And what was the other game? Because there were 2 games that came out around that time that was RPG. Blue Dragon, and it was one that was like realistic for both Xbox exclusives. I can't remember the name of it.
I don't know.
Hell if I
Not
know.
my forte. Spec Ops The
Remastered
Line?
the original
Definitely that one.
Red Faction.
Red Faction didn't that one get remastered?
The original?
I thought so.
Do it again. We know we can do that.
Lost Odyssey, Dylan.
That's the one. Yes, Lost Odyssey.
Those are good.
Oh, Star Wars: The
Ooh.
Force Unleashed.
Ooh, I've got one.
Ooh, that's good.
That'd be
one.
good.
What the hell was the name of that game?
So we done thought of a whole bunch already.
Homefront.
Homefront was good.
I really like that game.
It wasn't what people expected it to be, but I thought it was pretty good still.
I really
Oh, that
sucked.
looks vaguely familiar.
I really like that game. Yeah, I know I've said that like over and over again, but I really did. Thought it was cool. I would definitely buy it. The second one sucked.
Second
The
one was
first,
bad.
but the first
bad.
one was dope.
Yeah,
And a remake of it would be really cool.
I agree.
Sleeping Dogs?
Now that was a good game.
Was that not remastered?
I don't think so. Maybe it was
I
brought
just
forward
know
to
that
like
it's
just
got, like,
a PS4 like
I think it was
patch.
brought to the PS4, but I don't think. It
Yeah, I
was
thought that
remastered.
was like the up-resing and all that. No,
Yeah, just because I worked on the game. Mercenaries 2: World in Flames.
there we are.
There you go.
There we go.
That's
Support
your fault, huh?
support Snakes.
Yeah. I mean, also that had co-op, so way ahead of its time, in my opinion. Like it really tried to make co-op work. It kind of failed, but
tried.
it tried.
Didn't you work
All
on one of
right.
the Transformers games too?
Yes, sir.
one I
Transformers:
didn't like-
Revenge of the Fallen, the game. It's so bad. It's
You
so
motherfucker.
shitty.
Starting to notice a trend here.
Yeah, no, I worked on 3 shitty ass.
Remind
games.
everybody earlier in the
3
podcast.
shitty
Stats
ass
goes,
games.
I work in advertising.
Yes.
Yeah,
Checks
there's a
out.
reason I made the
Yeah.
jump.
Consider
he's about
that
to tell us-
Transformers game that
He's
you
like,
gave
I pitched Sonic Lost World. That was me.
No. The worst game I ever worked on, I think, is Lord of the Rings Conquest, but it was also my best testing gig as a job. It's just as far as the environment and pandemic, working in that studio was really great. But Conquest was a goddamn garbage, and it was on fire, and there was no amount of water to put that out.
Notice
if
he worked on a
we could do
Transformers game and not one of the good ones.
If we can do Lord of the Rings Conquest, surely we can get Riddick back. We can. That's a game. That's a license we can get a hold of.
Just ask Vin Diesel. He ain't doing shit.
That's true. Right?
Right, bro. Just give me the fucking game back, bro.
Till we find out in that game. We find out Groot is in the Doomsday or whatever the movie coming out, and they're like, "Oh, he's busy again. He has to say I am Groot 40 times."
Why do you keep calling him back to do that? Just take the last one and just use that over again, bro.
Right? That's something you can use AI for, and I don't know if I'd be very upset.
We wouldn't give a fuck about that.
Diesel AI.
Yeah. Unless they screw it up and they go, "I am Root." You're like, no, it's Groot. Groot.
They probably would.
No, Groot.
All right.
Groot. No, Root.
Xbox announced their summer showcase for June 8th, and they've announced that Outer Worlds 2 will be getting its own post-show direct, meaning I guess that's their big game, or at least that they're putting in that big spotlight. So there'll be no fans at the Microsoft show this year.
Yeah, there's going to be no fans there either way.
Then you'd have an Xbox.
Here you go. Come on in. Now we good.
For the past several years, they've had their show, the Microsoft Theater, and they have a fan experience, and people can come in and influence all that. So, no, they're just digital direct. D-Life is very happy about this because, as he said, it saves them expenses. D-Life is out here fighting for Microsoft's dollar.
Yeah. So Lord knows they need to save money right now.
He's trying to save them money. And then when I made fun of that, he was like, "Well, Donnie, it's just less work." He's trying to save Microsoft money and work.
He's like, they need to just keep working on my cloud games. I'm going to chill for them.
That's exactly what happened, man.
He's treating Microsoft like they're a march of dimes.
I was like, what the
The Children's Miracle Network. We got to save Microsoft.
For just 25 cents a day.
Bungie begins testing or teasing for Marathon. Apparently, we're.
I told you not to put this shit in the goddamn notes. Nobody cares.
We have to.
They keep teasing. We don't give fucks.
I gotta tell you, we don't care.
We don't care.
We don't.
Apparently, you'll be able to play an alpha or a beta at some point. Maybe.
No.
Sign up for one.
I don't
care.
They have alpha,
it's your people,
beta,
Dev.
Zeta.
It's your moment.
No.
Your time
Destiny
is now.
I don't care about Bungie. I like
This is
Destiny.
next Destiny.
No, it's not.
No.
Your next Destiny.
No, it's not.
Wasn't Marathon
Not
their
even a little bit.
game? That was,
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
It's the original Destiny.
And this is an extraction shooter. Unlike all of that.
Yeah.
Completely different game.
Don't want no parts of that.
You got to stretch your legs sometimes. Remember,
I'm good.
Sometimes when you stretch your legs, you pull a hamstring.
They canceled factions. Just remember that. When y'all are all playing Marathon this week, remember.
Yeah. That's a good
They
point.
didn't cancel factions.
Well, it was their recommendation.
Yeah, they're like, nah, we should cancel this.
Oh, yeah.
No.
We got something better. Marathon. I don't get this bullshit the fuck off my system.
No, it's not how it went. But they went around and they evaluated all of Sony's multi-platform thing. They chimed in on them.
Yeah, they
They
said, what is
said, you got to do a little bit more here. And Darnell was like, we got to do more? You mean we can't make the other game? We got to just focus on this?
Yeah.
Look at this shit. Get this off my fucking
This shit right here.
Speaking of Naughty Dog, Last of Us Season 3, the HBO show, has been renewed. If that sounds quick, it's because 2 hasn't come out yet.
Yeah.
So, but the 3 is on the way. Delvin, you said the reviews are out for that or something already?
Yeah.
People watching it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the reviewers already got the whole season.
The whole season, yeah.
When does it actually come out?
I think this Sunday?
Sunday.
This month.
The 12th.
All right.
Yeah. Apparently it's mid-tacular, but we'll see.
Enjoy it.
You know we can't trust the critics.
Well, a lot of them saying the same shit.
So it's like the first season.
No, they
I thought
saying it's
people
worse.
like the first one.
Yeah, people like the first season a lot.
Oh, okay.
This season, they're like,
I'm not people.
Like these people are hyping up Blue Dragon. I can't trust them.
It's Blueprints. Different game.
Whatever. Blueprints, Blue Dragon, Lakers,
Green
and
Arrow. Who gives a shit?
1,000%.
Screens of an upcoming Star Wars Tactics turn-based game have surfaced.
nope.
So we talked about that. It's supposed to be unveiled next month. I guess there's a Star Wars event, and they're going to unveil a tactic game. But there's some screenshots and like assets started to leak about that.
Stellaris.
Sounds like Solaris. Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's
Star
what I was
Wars,
thinking
Star
too.
Wars
Yeah.
Goodness. Maybe
No.
somebody
Actually,
was
really
like,
the,
somebody
Age of
was playing
Empires
it, was like,
clones,
we got to
that it
get on
had.
this shit.
We gotta put Luke Skywalker in this bitch.
Is it supposed to be like Empires at War or something like that?
I guess.
What?
Snarks.
Yeah, that was an RTS. Like, I don't know why all of a sudden I became the
Snarks.
RTS guy on this
Snarks.
podcast.
I don't
but
know
here we
why.
are.
None of us play them. So you have to be.
I'm like the least qualified, but like the only
Snarks.
one who's done it. So default.
Starts.
Yeah.
We don't care.
I know.
We don't care if it's Age of Empires, Age of Bylaws, or Age of Sith Lords, or whatever the fuck. We don't care.
Yeah.
So this came out last week too. So we have so much old news because of all the tariffs and switchness. Netflix said, "quote 8-year-olds aren't dreaming of PS6."
They
They
sure
were
ain't.
saying that they were talking about their gaming, and he was saying that the kids they ain't dreaming of consoles. Nobody gives a fuck about PlayStation. What do you guys think?
How the fuck does Netflix know what 8-year-olds are dreaming about?
Because they have profiles in the algorithm.
They're
Yeah.
taking all that marketing
Look here,
data.
bro.
The,
I don't want Netflix-
reality is, fuck these kids. We don't care.
I don't want.
They're not
Netflix to
buying
talk about
anything.
8-year-olds are
Classic
doing.
dev.
I mean, I don't think it's like, you know, it wasn't profound what he said. You hear the console makers, they're like, yeah, we're not selling as well to like the children. You know, like they acknowledge that too. Phil says the market's not growing.
8-year-olds,
Parents,
they can't
we
afford
need to
a
do
PS6.
better. Get rid of these damn tablets and stick these kids on a console. You're killing your own thing. All right. No more of this Roblox. No more of this crap on iPads.
Just like the boomers dev though, it'll be good after we're gone. Like we've ruined it for them, not for us.
Parents, we need to do better. Just stop.
We're gonna
having
ride
kids.
this out, and then we'll be gone when it happens.
Just stop having kids. Let society just die off.
What?
fine.
Whoa! What?
$800 console.
We've done
for
enough
their
already.
We're talking about video games, Delvin.
No, let it die off. We've done enough. We've done enough.
Starts, get us out of this.
Sometimes you just gotta let it in.
Why would you be spending so much money on an 8-year-old? I mean,
Fuck them kids.
I don't get it.
They don't deserve it.
I would buy them an
And
N64 and make them learn right.
No, just stop having kids. Just stop.
I mean, the N64 is the equivalent of the $800 console when you think about it. So, same difference.
They have the right
I was just
idea
assuming
now.
you could get one for cheap or you already have one type of deal. But yeah.
Bring back dire wolves. Get rid of kids.
So, yeah, we won't need consoles. We're gonna have Jurassic Park soon, and that's just the end of it. So,
Yeah.
Like,
Everybody
how would it
thinks
be any
dire
different?
wolves are going to be like Jon Snow in Game of Thrones, but that's not how they work.
Everybody
They're not
just
like
goes-
super friendly and here to be your pet.
Everybody's gonna have a dire wolf now. No
Sure.
kids, just dire wolf like Game of Thrones and shit.
I told you,
Yeah,
we
'cause
almost made it a
tigers-
Switch 2. We almost made it.
almost.
Cool.
We almost made it.
Instead, we have dire wolves and tariffs. Thanks a lot.
And they were like, "Hey, we made
Also,
two
like,
dire
if you
wolves."
already
I'm like,
have a Netflix subscription, you're like, yeah, okay, kids, play it. You know, like it's no added cost. Like I think that's the thing. The barrier of entry is so damn cheap.
but the kids aren't
that-
paying for the Netflix. We
No,
are.
they're not. But the parents are, and the parents want to watch whatever. I don't know, Squid Game season 2, and so they're
They're
like,
not
oh,
watching
and
that.
if the little kid can be on their iPad and playing the little Netflix game, well, then leave us the
I
fuck
think Grand
alone.
Theft Auto. It's one of the little
The
Netflix
parents
games.
are failing their children by letting them play on the iPad and not giving them an actual controller.
You could have stopped. The parents are failing their children. Just period.
Yeah, that's
All right, so
It's a-
Mind's Eye is getting a new story
Tale of
trailer.
Oldest
It just
Time.
came out last week. Mind's Eye,
That game
The
looks
le-
dope as fuck.
the Leslie Benzies game,
Yes.
former GTA game. It's out June 10th. So that's like super fast. Are we all going to try that?
I am. It looks dope.
Yeah.
My type of
Yeah.
game.
I'm
I
here
Hope
for
it's
it.
good.
It's going to be like a mini Grand Theft Auto.
looks fun.
Oh,
It definitely looks fun.
like.
I think I'd want to. I think I'd want to do a demo
Driving the
before
car around and shooting people.
go full in. But yeah,
Looks
seems
like
fun.
a solid 8 to me.
Yeah,
we'll see.
why not?
It's our first start. Ubisoft and Tencent. We talk about all this time about Ubisoft maybe selling off, going private, whatever. They did come to a deal. They formed a new subsidiary. Doesn't have a name yet. That they valued at $4 billion, of which they sold Tencent 25%, so $1.25 billion. That new subsidiary will cover the Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, and Rainbow Six franchises. So all of those studios and all those employees and everything will move to this new subsidiary owned partially by Tencent and owned by Ubisoft. A lot of people are pissed off about this. A lot of their investors are trying to block the deal and stuff. I don't know. I haven't seen an update for it since all the Switch Blues and stuff happened, but keep an eye on it. Doesn't really seem like it changes. I mean, subsidiary didn't really change anything for Ubisoft. I guess maybe, I don't know, split stock. I don't think so. Quiet Place Day One director Starnowski to write and direct an adaptation of Death Stranding as an A24 joint. What do you think about that?
That does not sound like a good idea.
No?
A lot
Death
of walking.
Stranding's story is very fucking convoluted.
Perfect for A24.
That sounds like A24.
Yeah, that's the only thing I was like. That is
television movie they made?
A24, man.
But even
Yeah.
more so, are they gonna get Kojima to do this? Because it's gonna be like a 10-hour movie.
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure he'll be involved in it, but I mean, they have the story.
I
It's
don't
Death
know.
Stranding.
They don't even know the story of Death Stranding. No one does.
Perfect movie.
Perfect for A24 because nobody knows what the hell half their stories are.
There you go.
God, what was that movie that I watched from them? Oh my God, it was like the worst 3 hours.
The
of my
one with
life.
Brandy.
Civil War.
No. Saw that. No, I saw the TV glow. My wife wanted to watch that. I was like, I hate you for making me watch this nonsense.
Yeah, that one was interesting to say the least.
I was excited for it and didn't watch it based on Delvin's review.
You did yourself a favor.
Yes.
Oh God, so
It's
stupid.
not scary.
Not at all.
okay.
You
Not
have
even a
one
little bit.
job. Be scary.
No, it wasn't. Okay. In our rumor mill, Tom Anderson says Ubisoft is developing a turn-based tactics game set in Rainbow Six.
Fuck you. They playing with me.
Who wants a Rainbow Six tactics game?
I want a fucking
Apparently I
regular
do.
Rainbow Six game.
Weigh in, Snurts.
Yeah, I guess this is like this is going to be great.
I'm excited about this rumor, but remains to be seen. Eidos is pitching a new Deus Ex game to publishers. No takers, so it doesn't sound like anybody gives a fuck and wants Deus Ex, but they're pitching it. So I would like to see Deus Ex come back. I like that game.
I feel like it didn't sell well, so nobody wants to.
Yeah, I know it doesn't sell well.
I don't want to.
I don't know
one of
what's
my
going on with
favorite-
Platinum, because they're all kinds of a mess, right? But I would love for Nintendo to take them up on it. Let Nintendo publish this game. Let them make a Deus Ex game for Switch 2. Be an exclusive. It'd be awesome.
I mean, I love that movie or the game that they had on the original Xbox.
Yeah.
Way back when that blew my little kid mind. I mean, I guess it wasn't so little at that time, but still, like I was very impressed
You're
with
like
it. All the
45.
different options. I was in college, man. Shut up. I'm not even 45 now.
Delvin, you're the only one that's that old.
Maybe.
No, maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe 45.
yeah. I got another month of 42 in me, and then I'm definitely not jumping to 45.
I got 9 days of 43, and then I'll be 44. So I'm still younger.
Wow.
than you, Delvin.
Yeah.
You old.
Yeah, a little bit. Maybe.
Yeah, that's the news.
All right, strap in. The Honorable Rude said a lot. Scoring update. Donnie and Devin got the underwrite on The Last of Us Season 2, coming in at an 83. Donnie and Delvin also got the overwrite with 4 number 1 seeds making the final 4. Delvin and Devin got the underwrite on South of Midnight, coming in at a 77. And everyone got the false right on Shadow Selling Lest in Valhalla. Also, going back to simpler times, on January 15th, I asked the over-under on Switch 2 at 398.50. Everyone got it right. A few quotes from Nostradani on that show. Honestly, I know nobody believes this, but I'd be shocked if it was only $399.99. And another, they're going to price the console aggressively because they're going to raise the price of games. So
Yep.
Donnie was definitely in his bag with that. So this has the score currently at Donnie 13, Delvin 16, and Devin with a commanding lead of 19 with 3 weeks remaining in the season. So I'm up 3 on Delvin, 6 on Donnie. Can I run away with the win here?
Yes.
So this week we're going from March Madness to NBA play-in. So this week we have a fun one. 6 teams in the NBA Western Conference are separated by 1 or 2 games for seeding, with 3 games left for every team. Your task is to guess the order of these teams at the end of the regular season. 1 point for every team right. Here are the standings now, and in the parentheses is their strength of schedule out of the 30 NBA teams. The Lakers, their strength of schedule is 16, are up 1 game. The next 4 teams are 1 game back from the Lakers. The Clippers, who are their strength of schedule is at 10. The Nuggets, strength of schedule 9. Warriors, strength of schedule 18. Grizzlies, strength of schedule 14. And then you have the Timberwolves, are 2 games back of the Lakers, with the strength of schedule at 25. So I can either close it out this week, or you two have a chance to climb back into it. Yes, a lot.
Well, you go first, Dev.
Shit. I'm gonna be waiting a minute. I gotta look at the NBA. I gotta go to the website. I gotta go to the Google. I gotta figure out what's going on here.
Gotta ask AI.
Shit,
Kawhi's not playing, right?
I thought he was. Is he hurt again?
I thought he was out. I gotta tell you, I haven't paid much attention to the NBA in like a couple weeks.
Yeah, same. I haven't either.
I've been waiting for the playoffs to start.
I was shocked to find out that Houston was the 2nd seed. I was like, what? Houston? They're good? They won 50 games? I had no idea. Yeah, I couldn't tell you a player on their roster.
He played.
Let's see.
He played Saturday. He just didn't play last night, I guess. So he's in. Why didn't he play?
Load management. You gotta keep Kawhi under a certain amount of minutes. Otherwise, he's gonna die. So.
Okay.
Oh man. This is tough.
It's the first half of a back-to-back.
Yeah, I think the Lakers are going to they're going to stay at 3. Mainly because JJ Redick is like, we got a chance to win all 3 of these games, and I'm trying to win all 3 of these games. So I think the Lakers are still going to stay at 3. I think the Warriors might slide in ahead of the Clippers because they're the fucking Clippers. I think Denver may slide just because they just fired their coach and their GM. So who knows what's going on with them. God, that's crazy. Yeah, Clippers, Denver, Golden State, Memphis, all are 47 and 32. That's tough.
I think the Lakers stay at the 3rd seed. I think the Warriors go to the 4th. I think the Nuggets stay at the 5th seed.
Yeah, the Clippers sliding all the way down to 6.
Correct. Yes.
And then Memphis at 7, and then Timberwolves at 8.
Correct. I'm going to go with that one.
Daniel, nobody cares. We're talking about the Western Conference. The Bulls can kick it. Come on.
I think the Bulls might get the 8th seed, guys. I think you should fuck right off, Daniel.
He quit on the Bulls like 3 times this year.
Yeah, he's not even a Bulls
so
fan.
Many times. Go root for the Pacers. We keep telling you this.
My ranking
Reggie Miller's your guy.
I got Lakers, Clips, Dubs, Wolves, Nugs, Memphis.
Okay.
You think the Wolves are going to slide ahead of Memphis, huh? Wolves are on, the Grizzlies are on a 3-game winning streak.
I decided I gotta do something different than you.
Go ahead, Snurts.
I have no idea what's going on.
Just pick some random teams.
It's gonna be
I
like
the
John
Lakers,
Stockton, Mike Miller.
Clippers. Why'd you pick the whitest motherfucker ever? Even
Mike
John
Bibby.
Stockton. God damn. I'm one of
Sorry,
those
sorry,
shorts.
Snurts. I didn't realize you got down. Delonte West.
Yes. the Kimbe Mutombo.
My knowledge of basketball ended after the Dream Team, the first one.
There you go.
Wow.
Who's pulling for the Bulls? Bulls fans aren't pulling for the Bulls.
Smoking Joe, you don't get to root for anybody because you're a Clipper. You're a Celtics fan, so you automatically get no love, sir.
None.
Yeah, especially from the Lakers fans. I can see that.
All right.
Yeah, I have no idea what's going on. I thought the Lakers were going to kick the Bulls' ass, and they had that game all like one up. And then I was like, going to the guy, I'm like, they got this, right? And the buzzer beater happened. I was like, oh shit, my bad.
I'd be like, actually, they won the championship.
Right?
Let's go, Joe, my guy. No.
LeBron tormented that city for so long that they were about to hang a banner for a Tuesday night win against the Lakers as the 8th seed.
It really was.
They hang a banner, and it's like it was Taco Tuesday, and we won. It was a glorious day.
You could tell that shit was personal. LeBron sending Derrick Rose home and Noah home for like 6 years in a row. That shit was personal. Those fans, they took that to heart. They're like, finally, we finally got this guy.
It's a regular season ass game.
And Chicago has been struggling as a sports town for a while now, across the board. So
They just won the World Series.
I was about to say, yeah, they just won one.
yeah, like when?
What?
2 years ago? 3 years
The
ago?
problem is no one cares
We
about
won a
that.
championship once in 70 years. Fuck off, man.
Nobody cared about that. Like, no.
If anybody's struggling, this Cleveland.
Pretty sure the
He's
Dodgers
like,
are right on top. You know,
Chicago's struggling, right? I'm like, damn it,
They have-
Snurts, if I could hit you.
when was the last time?
Chicago's really having a hard
The
time.
Bulls or the Blackhawks were good.
I thought the Blackhawks were good. Didn't they just
They
win
were
one
good.
too?
I feel like they're always good.
Didn't
Like,
they
they're
win one
always
like
in the
I
running.
thought they won one like in COVID. Like, didn't they win?
Yeah, that was
Wasn't
like
that
5
a
years
thing?
ago.
The only Chicago teams that consistently
You
suck
hear
are
this?
the White Sox
You hear the entitlement here, Delvin?
and
He
the
said,
Bears.
yeah, but that was 5 years ago. like it's just it's to be expected that you win a title every 5 years.
Donnie would kill for that.
I'd kill for a winning season every 5 years.
The Dolphins haven't won since the fucking 80s.
We haven't won since they merged the leagues together. The Browns haven't been to the Super Bowl since they merged the leagues together. He's like, that was 5 years ago.
5 years ago. How?
There's a bunch of these
okay.
losers.
Shut
did
down
the
the team.
When did the Chicago Blackhawks last win the Stanley Cup? 2015.
That's pretty close, man.
Yeah, that's not bad. When's the last time the Browns did anything?
You pulled them out of
sure.
your head
Yeah,
like
yeah,
they
yeah.
were a tormented franchise. You're like, when's the last time the Blackhawks have won? Recently.
Bunch of losers.
I got like 10
They've
10
won
years.
one.
That's great.
They have a title younger than your car. That's amazing.
Yes.
That's very true. Yeah. I don't know. I guess LA just wins all the time. No, they don't.
Oh my goodness.
Lovely. It's
Oh
lovely.
my goodness.
I got
Lawyers. Lawyers.
Yeah. Like the Kings only won 2 Stanley Cups and
Only two.
Only
yeah.
two.
only
Oh
2.
my God.
It was an off decade for us. Off decade, yeah.
There's also the Ducks were the first one to bring the cup home to the West Coast, and that always kind of bugs me.
Yeah. Sorry, Cleveland. Sorry.
Nah.
All right. Moving on to questions. Stingray X says, no question for now. Just a comment to keep doing what you do. Thanks, John. Thanks.
Appreciate it. Shout out to the Ocho.
The Ocho.
We'll see.
Grouchy says, how many beers are too many after an exceptionally shitty day? Also, I heard someone say Ocho, and I asked her to listen to PSVG and just got blank stares.
Ooh, how many is too many?
Are the cups
I'm
been
gonna
called?
weigh in. I'm gonna weigh in and drink. I don't drink beer, so none will be in drinks.
If the cops aren't being called, it's not too many. You're fine.
There you go.
That's a very
I was
Florida
gonna
way
say-
to answer that fucking question.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you're not blackout drunk, then it's not too many.
There you go.
Do you have to work the next day?
I try to stop it at 4.
I have a question. Yeah, do you have to work the next day or no?
Is there a chance you go into prison? Then you're fine.
Again, very Florida answer there.
Yes.
Hello, Bruce, still on the thing. Yeah, Bruce, the Cavs did win in 16, and that was an amazing feat because it was the first championship the city had won in like 70 years. It'd been so
that
long.
That win in 16 doesn't make up for everything.
I think the last one, maybe the Indians did something in the 60s, I think, and that's how long it had been.
Also, it's Cleveland.
Wow.
It's not wrong.
If you have to work the next day, 5 is too many. If you don't, 6.
5?
5
seems like a lot.
Also,
I could have 3. I could have 3
really
before
not.
I really start having effects. Like
It
I need
depends
4
on
to
the
really
beer.
get loose.
So like I have this lovely IPA that's a 9%. You have 5
It does depend on
9%
the beer.
beers, you're gonna not be feeling good the next day. If you're drinking Coors Light, then 6 easy.
Yeah, it really depends on the beer.
So I'm an IPA guy, and I usually drink stuff that's north of 7%.
I'm thinking like rum and cokes.
So that's a whole different story.
It's a
I need
different
3
story.
rum and cokes to really get going.
Yeah, whiskey. Oh, really? 3? Wow. Damn.
Do you not watch this podcast? Have you not seen his cups?
Now, do you do a house pour? Do you do like 2 fingers, or whatever? Like, do you actually
I
measure
did.
it out, or you just like?
Have you seen his cups?
Not really.
I feel like I don't even have to answer the question.
Yeah. Okay.
I saw that one of my favorite TikToks said, "You know the difference between me and you is that some of y'all measured your NyQuil with that little cup that comes with it, and others we just based on vibes. I've always gone based on vibes. It drives my wife nuts. She's like, "You're sick. Take some NyQuil." And I will just. She's like, "Don't do that."
Yeah.
My go-to at the local Irish pub that I've been going to is a Lost Irish Neat with a Mayberry IPA, which is like a 7.2% from El Segundo Brewery, and that's a pretty damn good combo. You have a couple rounds of those, and you're good to go. So that's 4.
I don't want to sound like a complete alcoholic. 2 or 3. I can have 2 or 3 most days. If I've had a bad day and I need to decompress, I'm gonna need more than 2 or 3.
The ratio is 2 adult beverages per each negative day incident. I don't know. That could get pretty high pretty quick depending on the day. I got to go to Costco for this one.
School. I got to pray for you, brother, because that.
Yeah,
bro.
Damn. Yeah.
It also depends. Like, are you eating food? Are you just drinking booze? There's all sorts of factors that play into it here.
You're not just.
Grouchy, we're going to have to table this because we need more information.
Yeah.
Need more information, sir.
But yeah,
Delvin's
in
just not
general,
drinking, so it doesn't matter.
I don't drink.
if your drinking habit makes you turn into the main character from Memento and you're leaving yourself post-it notes and tattoos to remind yourself of what happened, that's when you've had too much. That's when you've had too much. If you could remember the night before, you're okay.
That's smart.
Yeah. Free to Play Joe says, do you think Nintendo will raise the price? And if so, how much? If they are, why would they delay the pre-orders if they weren't going to raise the price?
I think they're trying to figure out what the hell's happening in this goddamn country and their policies before they do anything too drastic. They're already getting slammed like about prices in general, so why stir the pot more than needed?
Think about it.
But if
2
they do,
days after delaying, the environment has completely changed.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's why you wait. That's why you're delaying.
Yeah.
Before you lock into something, you're trying to get as much information as you can.
And
another question would be could the delay in tariffs, like these negotiations, could it delay the launch of the console? Could Nintendo be like, we're not pricing it until we know where we're going with this thing?
They could.
Could we wake up one day? Could you wake up one day and Nintendo go, the Switch 2 will launch in September? Do they push back at all?
Well, I mean, it'll launch in September in North America. They're going to be like, we're going to go everywhere else because we ain't got to worry about that. So let's launch it everywhere else. It has pre-orders. You guys are good. Nintendo or America, y'all effing up. So y'all going to have to wait.
For the record, I don't think that's what's going to happen, but I don't think it's out of the possibility. If they're like really worried and like maybe they're getting, some information, I could see it.
I would be like, yo, all of our stock, send it to the U.S. now. Get it over there to avoid them tariffs quickly as possible.
Remember, though, it'd be them and everybody else.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody would be trying to do that now.
That
We'd
would
have the ports flooded again and nothing moving off the docks.
How annoying would that be if you just have like ship after ship of cargo containers waiting to get into like San Pedro or wherever else the hub is? They're trying to, and then
That
like
just happened.
No, I know, but while they're like trying to get to the port, the tariffs come back.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
you know-
God.
you know
Just
what I
in the
mean?
harbor.
Yeah.
gotcha,
they're just-
bitch.
Yeah,
The sad part is that's not outside the realm of possibility.
that's what I'm saying. How pissed would you be if you had like your product like sitting there waiting to be unloaded because it's just too much to go through it's a choke point, and then like back up and you got to like change your prices and piss off your customer
Price of the
base.
brick ain't back up.
Yeah,
Turn
yeah.
the
Jason-
boat around.
Jason shared an article this morning, I think from GameSpot. They had some analysts saying that the price would it would stay at whatever they announced it to be, 450, 500. So that seems to be like, I guess, what people are believing. I thought once they delayed it, I'm expecting them to raise both of the bundles by $50.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Staying on the Switch 2, Mathman says, so how soon do you think we'll hear something about pre-orders for Switch 2 in the US and Canada now that there's a 90-day pause in the tariffs? Also, why is banana pudding the best dessert? It's not.
Definitely. It is.
It is.
Definitely not. But how soon are we going to hear about something, Donnie? What do you
I have
think?
no idea. You would have to think soon, like next week soon, because they haven't moved the release date. Release date remains June 5th. So if they've got pre-orders, right, they want to take them. They want to get people out and get stock allotted for. You would think soon. So I would think a week or two at most. It'd be weird to take pre-orders like 30 days before the damn thing comes out. I guess it could be done, but it's just not something that nobody's really done. Dreamcast. It's out now. Go get that. Just start throwing it at people in the crowd.
That ended well for Sega too.
But this is completely crazy situation that they find themselves in.
Yeah. I'd say next week we'll hear something. That's my guess.
I'm still in shock that this is all of this has transpired. Like, there was so much enthusiasm. Like, the Switch 2 was going to save the industry. Everybody was all into buy one. It was everybody's favorite story. And in like 48 hours, everybody hates it. The world is on the brink of collapse. Like, what the fuck happened? Like, what a crazy few days.
Yeah.
And you look back at there's that common meme about how every time Nintendo follows up with a console, the next one sucks. And right, and they just keep going up and down, up and down. And you look at this, you're like, the fuck, did Nintendo just tempt fate? Like, they had this one in the bag. It's just terrible right now. Fucking making Wii U jokes again, becoming a meme.
My, how the tables turned.
Yeah.
Yep.
That would
Crazy.
be a super bummer if Super Switch isn't a hit.
Yeah.
A lot of people, there are a lot of people mad before they raise the price.
Oh,
Those people are stupid.
I think a lot of people are just mad in general, and they find whatever outlet they can.
It's the games. It's not a console. It's the games.
Right.
Because they raised
the
80, and
breaks.
all that makes everybody think is that everything else is going to be 80, and that's angry. That makes you angry.
But wasn't N64 games like $80-$90 too back in the day?
So that's where I always am. I'm like, this is not the first time this happened. So
You're
it
not
just
the first
doesn't
people to bring
faze
this
me.
up.
Right. We got like
The thing that I
spoiled.
bring up, though, is that's not a good thing. Like, we shouldn't excuse it because it used to be that way. You're like, well, that's how it used to be. Like, that doesn't make it
You
cool.
know what else you
I
do
always
around?
just had the impression that
Segregation.
Nintendo was more expensive.
got rid of that shit.
Right, like that's what we used to do. Yeah,
We
right,
used to
Delvin.
shit.
Think,
No,
that's
people
what
didn't bring
that
it back.
sounds like. Well, games used to be $100. I'm like, okay, we're trying to take it back. Like, what's your point?
Yeah, to me, it's like it's not the first time, so it doesn't faze me. And everybody complains about studios getting closed, games not selling. Well, shit, the price of the brick got to go up. Like it is,
Especially
what it-
when
it's reality.
free-to-play games eating so much lunch.
Yeah, like
I wonder if you get to a point where you look at Fortnite and be like, we got to cut you off. Like you're harming our business.
Mhm.
I know it
Tanya
makes them-
Harding on that shit.
I know it makes them tons of money, but you do think about like at what cost. But what did it
Yeah.
cost you? You know,
Everything. Literally everything.
everything.
Just damn shame.
So dramatic.
Shout out to the Vanilla wafer. My man
Love
gets
vanilla
it.
wafer. Vanilla wafers are
Dude,
delicious.
the
I agree.
banana
Yeah,
pudding.
fantastic.
Love me. Love me a vanilla wafer. Yeah.
Vanilla pudding is just.
See.
You can do so much with it. Cold, hot, with ice cream, without.
Yeah.
Good stuff, man. are
Ice
you laughing
cream
at,
in your
Snurts?
banana pudding? Nah, dog.
That's
what
what
are
I
you-
was laughing at. Ice cream in your banana
Nah.
pudding? Like, really?
That's a
That's-
thing.
No.
You can do it.
This
You
is
can
just
do
the
a
West
lot.
versus the
You
South.
can do a lot
That
of
sounds
things.
like bullshit.
I think they sell banana pudding ice cream.
I was just gonna
Because
say that.
it's a whole
I had
fucking
banana
thing,
pudding
guys.
ice cream, and it's really fucking good.
You
Not
know
gonna
what
lie.
this
Snurts,
person- they
did you
only
see how
sell
he
this
looked
shit
at me?
in
He
the
was like,
South.
"Psst, "Fuck this."
I
this
was
fuck."
right there with him because
I just,
what?
no.
I've had banana pudding ice cream. It's really good.
I'm
It's
sorry.
Really good.
Sure.
Yeah, y'all keep that shit in the South where y'all live.
Well,
We don't want
Okay.
it.
Okay.
just
Yes.
like our women.
We
We
accept.
like thick.
Bright, my man. I
the
can't see
hell
says,
is
can we
banana
stop and appreciate the piranha plant camera? Yeah, I'm
Sure,
getting
why
that
not?
thing. Getting that thing.
I
Here's
did
a
actually
fun-
think that Choppy was right. I did think it was banana pudding with a scoop of ice cream. That's exactly what I was thinking.
No.
That's why I gave the funny face. I'm like, why are you
Yeah.
putting ice cream on your pudding?
Right.
Or
That's
the
exactly
pudding
what
on
I'm
your ice
thinking.
cream.
No. It's mixed into it.
Okay.
Anyway, piranha plant. Who's with me?
I'm with you.
You with me?
I'm with you.
Here's the funny thing about that. The base comes off, so you can stick the piranha plant on just into the Switch 2 while you're holding it. You can have the piranha plant camera on it, like portable camera.
I like it.
Here's the funnier part. It's worse quality than the Nintendo camera.
I also like
Nintendo
this part
camera's like
too.
the Nintendo camera is like 40p or like 720p, and the piranha plant camera is 420p.
Dude, this,
It's not even
all-
a camera at this point.
This all seems fitting.
So I'm getting that one because I don't want to be all that clear anyway. And we saw like you saw in the. Did you watch the direct starts?
No, I missed it.
So they have the game videos of what the game chat looks like, and it's terrible. It's at like 8 frames a second. So what do you need a good camera for anyway if it's gonna already suck?
For Delvin,
funny.
it'd be an upgrade.
Yeah, let's go, baby.
Here's the best part.
It
Here's the
reminds
cell.
me of the camera that they had for the original Game Boy.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
now we're fucking talking. Here's the fun part. Here's the cell. When you turn it off, the eye closes.
I'm all in, baby.
And when you turn it on, it opens up to look at you.
I like it.
That's you gotta have it, man.
That is such a human reaction too that I love because sometimes it is the smallest insignificant part of the entire product that I'm like, yes, that's
Gotta
why
have
I'm
it.
in.
That's
why
the
I'm in.
only thing he cares about. He
Snurts?
doesn't care about that camera. He just wants
Yeah,
the piranha.
yeah,
plant.
right,
Snurts,
right,
Kirby headphones, gotta have
right.
it.
I understand. Trust
Day
me,
one, piranha plant.
Got it.
I like
I mean,
this. Raven says you only get less res ugly.
We're just gonna put a little bit.
It's
of Vaseline
okay. I'm
on
ugly.
the,
May
on the
hey,
lens
it's
of life here.
pixel smoothing. It's
Yeah.
a pixel smoothing filter they put on it.
See, there you go,
Jesus.
Raven.
I can see it playing
So
in
they-
the
so
dark.
they
with just
call you
like
ugly,
these,
say, "Nah, baby, it's
pixelated
just the
blocks
camera."
that keep moving,
Just like
you
a
know?
shadow. Just
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's your out now. Say, oh, you look,
look like
ugly. Oh, it's the
paranormal
camera.
activity. Look like a damn ghost in the Connect field, just like
Or I'm
moving
thinking about, like,
molecules out of the way.
Pixelated assets on old games that were trying to do smoke, you know, and
Yeah.
like the smoke
Just
always
like-
just looked like crap.
Looking like a PS1 game. I'm down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna play Ridge Racer with my camera on.
Exactly.
Look
You
like
didn't
I'm
have-
in the game. Cockpit view.
Yeah.
Awful.
Back when you didn't have fingers in games, it was just kind of mittens.
Yeah.
Everybody had mittens, you know.
That was funny.
Lord of mercy.
A lot of mercy.
Lord of mercy.
Wait, did Kyle not ask us a question? We've got no fuck you, Kyle the Pug.
Unfortunately.
Nah.
That is sad stuff.
Do better, Kyle.
Yeah, fuck you, Kyle.
He's a successful streamer. It's got time to be submitting questions. We should be submitting questions to the Kyle the Pug experience.
Absolutely not.
No. That's the antithesis of what this show is.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. Ken Turner says, what game would you suggest someone to play who has never played a PlayStation game in order to get them hooked on the system?
Ooh,
Astrobot.
what's your PlayStation gateway drug?
Astrobot.
What if they don't like platformers, Delvin? Like, I need more information. Like,
Or
what?
cute things.
What
Actually, let me counter your argument with, I think, a better one. Is that game indicative of the PlayStation experience and what they will play after that game?
No.
It's like, let's say you give them Astrobot and they're like, I love this, my favorite game. And it's like, now play 20 more PlayStation games. They're like, what happened?
No.
Where's the first
Here's-
one? My-
Exactly.
But
What
Now
happened
here's-
back there, guys?
Exactly. That's
Now
why
here's
that doesn't
Ratchet and
work.
Clank.
Ooh.
And then you're done. Because what else? What else is there?
And then
Here's
that's
Little
it.
Big Planet.
that's
No.
gonna play a Switch 2, and so
don't
you
think
can play
that
all
one
those old
counts.
platformers from PlayStation on the Switch 2.
Look here.
You have
'Cause-
Sackboy.
So what you want to give them? Fucking Last of Us? Here's this depressing ass game. Oh,
I'm
this
going
was
with Spider-Man.
that's a good one.
Well, this is Ken
But-
Bjorn Turner, the Viking, right? So
Mhm.
immediately my brain thinks Valhalla.
But that's
Oh,
not
I
a
thought it had to be.
PlayStation game.
Yeah, it had to be first.
Oh, it has to be only-
PlayStation game.
Oh,
You're
That's
trying
the
to get
first
them
party.
to get hooked
Gotcha.
on PlayStation and like what
PlayStation.
they
This
do.
is-
I
This
see.
is the PlayStation
And
brand.
Valhalla is like 400 hours.
No, it could be
It's also-
overwhelming.
You know, quit
It's
his
also, it's
job?
also on everything.
Yeah.
I think Spider-Man gives you that big production, that big feel. that
Spider-Man could be a
boutique-
good entry.
That
I like-
boutique blockbuster.
Spider-Man's a good answer. Spider-Man's a good answer.
And there's
'Cause
a
it's
lot
also
It's in
not that
between
hard.
everything.
It's not that hard of a game either. So if you're not used, because I know Ken,
Yeah.
he's not a gamer. Like so he would be
Yes.
new to this whole experience, and you would want to find something that has enough. Like you don't want a steep learning curve, is what I'm getting at.
Yes.
I just think it's not a hard leap to go from that to The Last of Us, from that to God of War, from that
Yeah,
to Death
Spider-Man's a
Stranding,
game.
from that to Returnal. And that's all.
Yeah.
Or from that to Ratchet, or from that to Astrobot,
Sure.
because it's
Yeah.
colorful and it's a lighter game.
I don't think you should start with The Last of Us, though. Last of Us is a
Absolutely not. That you don't start
Man,
with the last
you
of
want
us.
to start with the goat. Do you get right into the main course, or you save the best for last?
no. You don't start The Last of Us.
I don't think you can start with the Last of Us unless you know that they're really
You don't
into
get all
that
the-
type
You don't
of
get all depressed and
experience.
shit. Then what if you get finished with like, oh, this is great. Let's see how this story ends. And then there's that part.
I love this experience. There's another one.
I do. That's where I would start. I'm totally okay with that.
I feel like, what the fuck happened?
Start with Last of Us 2, and then have him go back and play one. Let's do it in the
Fuck
reverse.
happened? What
Oh, the
fuck
good one now.
happened? I'm going to Xbox.
But then you'd be an Xbox.
yeah.
Exactly. Then,
Or who knows? He might like love Helldivers, and that'd be his whole jam. You know,
Yeah.
it's just simple shoot co-op game. You know.
Just play Fortnite. That's what everybody doing.
No.
It's free. Play as whoever the fuck you want to play as anyway. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It is weird. I keep seeing like, oh, this person's coming to Fortnite, or this IP is coming to Fortnite.
Everybody's there.
I'm like, who the
Makes
fuck
no
hasn't been
sense.
in the Fortnite? Like the goddamn town bicycle. Everyone's been around for a ride.
Yeah.
Nintendo's still waiting for that big check.
Fortnite's the village whore. Everybody's
Yeah,
got to
right.
turn on it. Everybody.
Once everything's done and everything, we know Epic's going to write a huge check Nintendo and put Mario in Fortnite.
I can't wait till Mario's in Fortnite. That's
Yeah.
what I'm gonna get in. Mario with the big ass gun just shooting people.
It just
Shotgun.
makes no sense.
Yoshi, like
That goofy ass smile on his face.
Normally you're up for complete chaos.
Yeah.
If this was a movie, you'd be like, who cares? Comic books.
I'm here for it.
Fuck Mario.
yeah,
Can we get evil
It's-
Luigi? Can we get
Says
evil Luigi in there?
Yeah,
Yeah, there
Death
we
Stare
go.
Luigi? For sure.
Yeah, that's what we need. That's who belongs in Fortnite.
Dude, just
the,
mean
the
mugging,
Sesame Street takeover of Fortnite, where you get like Elmo and Big Bird and
I want that too.
Oscar the Grouch.
Elmo with a chopper. Elmo don't like. Pum.
Yeah, yeah.
Man. That was just
All bad.
Majin Buu.
Basically.
That was yeah.
Not
Majin
Elmo.
Buu and Elmo are pretty
That was
similar.
Boo.
To be
Yes,
honest,
they're pretty similar.
Also Boo.
yeah.
Yes.
Pretty much.
No, that one was supposed to be Boo.
Indio Techno says, now Razer has delayed the pre-orders of the Blade 16 in the US. How many other products do we see getting delayed until the dust settles? All of them.
All of them.
Literally every think they were like, yeah, we're not sending that to the U.S.
Yeah.
It's gonna
They
sit here.
they delayed Wesley Snipes again.
Oh, Blade 16. Wow, that was a stretch, man. I'm usually here for that journey.
I don't know what the fuck is
usually
the
am.
Blade. What is that?
It's a
It's a
laptop.
Laptop.
Oh, fuck that. I don't care. Keep delaying it. Keep that shit. Get the fuck out of it.
Yeah, now we're about to throw everything the market can hold. Warehouse space is about to
Yo, bro.
rise.
Look here.
Get
I
in
got
there
a
while we
warehouse
can.
for rent right now. Holla at me. You need a warehouse.
Warehouse might not be here when you come back to pick up your product, but I'm gonna hold it for you for a minute.
I got a warehouse, $4,500 a month. Trying to rent it. Come on down, baby. Put them switch twos in there.
Yeah, and then like 3 or 4 fall off the truck. You send one my way. It'll be
Just
great.
Send a couple my way.
Can't wait to
Might
get
lower
one.
that price. Drop one off of there.
I can't wait to get one.
TPR says, in your opinion, what is the most cost-effective way to keep gaming in spite of tariffs?
Consoles you have now, last gen.
Play old shit like I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, Game Pass. Like,
Game Pass
Yeah,
buy your
sure.
games digitally. Like,
or
I
play off
don't-
your Netflix account. You got a Netflix account. There you go. Bunch of games there. I don't
If
know
the
why you
tariffs
wanna
were
do
actually
that.
going to hold, which I never thought they were, I definitely thought he'd backpedal, and we'll see how if they come back and what they come back as. But if the crazy man was going to just hold and stick it in, I was thinking, I was like, man, GameStop's about to make some money. Remember during COVID when supply got short and like PlayStations and shit started to like go up in value? You know, like
Yeah.
I could see that stuff coming back around if you had a bunch of like used stuff.
Yeah, I mean, the reality is, it's just you buy the digital games. It's not like gaming
Right.
goes away or becomes
Yeah.
like inaccessible. Like
Just
you
go
already
all
have
digital.
consoles. Just buy the digital games.
Or like I said, Game Pass. Play what you want to play.
Yeah, 1000%.
Or sell crack. There
You
you
can
go.
do that too.
Yeah.
But no, man, Hove did that, so hopefully you don't have to go through that. Like,
Yeah, that's a good
No.
point.
Imagine
Big
digital
Dick says
Mario
is
Kart world.
Whoa!
Oop, whoa!
Big Dick.
said Big Nick.
Did you? I didn't hear Nick at all.
I heard Dick.
It's Big
Yeah,
Nick.
that sounded 100% like Dick. Dev, 100%, buddy. There was no end to be found.
I like 3 out of 4 podcasts agree.
Listen.
That was a dick.
My name is Donnie. I know D. Like I know, like it's fucking.
No D. Ugh.
I know the sound.
That in fact was not Nick.
That was not Nick.
Big Dick says,
There
is
it is.
Sniper Elite a good game or not? And are all of the Assassin's Creed games the same gameplay but just a different story? I've never played Sniper Elite, so I can't answer that
I
question.
have. Yeah. I think
It's fun. It's fun.
I think I tried like the tutorial Sniper Elite, and then I got bored and was just kind of over it. But I know another friend of mine who swears by it. It's like the only game they play. They're not a big gamer or whatnot, but they really got addicted to the Sniper Elite game.
If you like shooting Nazis in the head, it's a good
Yeah.
game. for that.
Or the balls.
Or the balls, yeah. And it'll show you. You hit here. This is where you hit. Look at their balls fly off. Like, yeah, this is the game.
Then I would just keep doing the Inglorious Bastard line. Say goodbye to your Nazi balls.
Yeah. It's fun.
And I don't think all the Assassins, they have similarities throughout the entire franchise, but I do not think they all play the same. And I think our conversation earlier tonight kind of highlighted some of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
I think like the early Assassin's Creed games
say
definitely
that.
all played the same, but as we've gotten to Origins, Odyssey, Valhalla, now Shadows, they all play a little different because the characters are so vastly different.
yes.
And it depends on the setting too. So like in Black Flag,
Mhm.
you have your pistols, so you can like, have 4 or 5 pistols on you, if I remember correctly, and fire those off in pretty rapid succession. But then if you're playing Valhalla, you're going to be back to a bow and arrow with some melee weapons. It's a little bit different there.
Yep. So they definitely differ, especially the more current ones. So yeah. Did we lose Donnie? Like, did he just fall off the face of the earth?
I think he froze up.
Looks like it.
I appreciate that he froze up, and I just see Jace with this emoji.
Giant
With
eggplant
the-
emoji.
With the big
Yeah.
dick.
Yeah,
Big dick.
Jace with the big dick. Yeah.
it's right there. I respect it.
It is what it is.
Gotta respect.
Am I here?
We
We
hear
can
you.
hear you.
Okay.
You okay? You all right?
No camera.
Your camera's just showing you bending down,
You
looking
just
at
frozen.
something.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't know
hang
what
on.
you're looking at, but it's very
It's the
uncomfortable.
Corona plant.
He's looking at the big dick.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
That's what you said.
That's what it looks like. Jace had the emoji there. And he's like, whoa, what's going on here?
Bear33 says, what's your favorite Ubi game this gen so far? Let's say anything post Valhalla.
Star Wars Outlaws and Far Cry 6.
Ooh.
Are those the only two?
I mean, that's my favorites. Like I have others that I don't know like what else has come out that I've played.
That's what I was trying to figure out.
Because Far Cry 5 came out in 2017, I believe. So that was before Valhalla dropped in 2020.
So I guess mine's about to be Outlaws and Star Wars, Outlaws and Far Cry.
I mean, that's
Let's see. Did Far Cry 6 come after Valhalla? Yeah, it did. So you've got Family Feud, Just Dance 2021, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege,
Nope.
Immortals Phoenix Rising, Scott
Nope.
Pilgrim versus the World, the Game Complete Edition, Far Cry 6, Riders Republic, Just Dance 2022, Rainbow Six Extraction, Roller Champions.
Nope.
man, how could I forget Roller Champions? Jesus Christ.
Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope,
That's a good one.
Assassin's Creed Mirage, another Just Dance,
Prince of
Delvin's
Persia.
favorite, Avatar: The Frontiers of Pandora,
Absolutely not.
Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, everybody's favorite, Skull and Bones,
Nope.
the now defunct X Defiant. You have the Rogue Prince of Persia, Star Wars Outlaws, and Assassin's Creed Shadows.
I'm gonna go Outlaws. I like Outlaws a lot.
I'm thinking Outlaws too, man, to be honest. As much as I like Far Cry 6, like Outlaws just was so much fun. It's
I
very
really
enjoyable.
enjoyed Outlaws.
Do you ever get the DLC where you get to play the poker or the Sabak game with Lando on the cruiser?
I did not. I need to get back to that and play that.
Yeah, I recommend it.
You
It's
won't.
pretty cool. It feels a little different
I
than the main game because it's all around like a poker tournament or the Sabak tournament. Sorry, and so it's pretty cool. And you get a lot of Lando, which I'm always in for.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah,
Well, what do we have here?
come here, you goddamn space pirate. You know,
Love
love it. I fucking love it.
Yeah,
And
mine
you
is
get a-
definitely Assassin's Creed Shadows.
There you go.
I love
Nice.
this game.
I have to say, your positive review of it has gotten me more intrigued. I kind of had a bad taste in my mouth with Valhalla. I'm like, I don't know if I want more of that, but I don't think I'm going to get Shadows anytime soon. But when I do, I think I'll be more inclined if I see it on sale for like $40-$50 to kind of pick it up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm having an absolute blast with it. But yeah, Outlaws and Far Cry 6 are like neck and neck for me. I love those games. Those are awesome.
Yeah.
But the Prince of Persia game was also dope. I had a lot of fun with that one too.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
all
that
their
was
like
really good,
supposed,
too.
That one's really good.
for all their supposed trouble, is like I still think Ubisoft is just hitting it out of the park.
Making
and
really
they
good
have,
games.
right? Like I
Mhm.
always thought they've been very
Yeah, but
consistent
they're
with
not
their
making a lot of
franchises.
money.
Yeah, okay. I guess that's the problem. But
Yeah, because they make a great game and they charge $2 for it the next week.
That's the problem. I need to stop
That's the
discounting
problem.
their games
It's
so
also
much.
it's also the development cost.
Yeah.
I bring it up a lot because it's just a really big anomaly. But during COVID, every video game corporation, every video game publisher, their value soared, except Ubisoft.
that's
That
so
is
weird.
crazy.
So
Yeah.
weird.
Well, when you make shit like Roller Champions and X Defiant,
I mean, yeah,
And-
they've canceled more games. They've canceled 10 games since then.
mm-hmm.
You know,
Like
like games that
Skull
could
and
have
Bones.
released. Oh God.
Mm-hmm.
My answer is Far Cry 6.
Good answer.
Good answer. Yeah.
Interesting.
Scott Pilgrim, maybe.
I was gonna say, I'm surprised you didn't Scott Pilgrim or Prince of Persia.
Probably, I was thinking like probably Scott Pilgrim. I mean, I do have like the big stupid edition, and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, probably Scott Pilgrim.
Nice.
You know what? Sorry. Definitely Scott Pilgrim. I'm not even remembering like how excited I was when they announced that, like when it finally came back.
You were super excited.
I was so excited.
So excited.
That was like the one time. That was like the first time. That's like where like Scott Pilgrim made me buy physical media. like they delisted Scott Pilgrim. I was like, fuck these guys. like, that was like the first shot. That's like the first heartbreak that I remember like that. It's like, oh God, why do they have to do this? So I was super excited when they decided to bring it back.
And are you a fan of
a bunch of the comics too?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I bought all of them.
Okay, I was going to ask, are you a fan of the comics and the movie?
I haven't read them yet.
Okay. They're just
I
there.
say it-
didn't read the comics.
Like I always say on the podcast, like, you know, like I don't read, and I don't mean to be like I'm dumb. I don't read. Like I do read sometimes. Like I read like, you know, I have like these little like N64 books and stuff. Like sometimes I'll read like an article. They're almost like magazines, right? Like I don't read. I don't sit down and read. And there's a lot of books. There's lots of pages. I was like, I'm not doing that. I need passive.
Half them
media.
pages are pictures. So
I know.
I was going to say it's
I need-
weird.
comic.
I don't read
Just
as
two
much as I
pages.
did, especially like in my college days with all the history books and whatnot. But I still love Marvel Unlimited, and usually at the end of the night before I go to sleep, we'll read 2 or 3 comics before going to bed, just because
I need it.
it's like just easy reading. Like
I
there's
need
not
it
a lot
in
of brain
audio
power.
form. Like,
Oh, you do?
That's what I
Okay.
do. I do that with podcasts and like YouTube
I see.
videos and stuff. Like I need that. Like I watched I like the movie. I watched the anime. I love the Netflix series. You know, yeah. It's really
Right on.
cool.
All right. Grandpa Ray. He says, how you guys doing? How are you holding up in today's world? Not what's going on, but like, how are you really doing? We've had this question on the docket for like 3 weeks, and we kept not being able to really answer it because things took so long, or Delvin wasn't here.
Yep.
But yeah, wants to know how are we doing? Felvin, how are you doing?
Better now. I think this year is challenging, but it's a different type of challenging. But I think overall, I think doing pretty good maneuvering through the year and kind of just trying to learn how to balance work life and home life and try to get good rests, get relaxing, get back to gaming. I think that's the really cool thing about it, trying to get back to gaming and get back to things that I want to do as opposed to dealing with all the bullshit that life has to offer you.
Yeah, totally understand that. What about you, Snurds? How are you doing?
I'm doing okay when I don't think about news and current events, and I just focus on the things that bring me joy. I also am trying to get out of my pandemic anxiety of getting outside of my own neighborhood. So I've been going to the Valley more, where I grew up, and I have a lot of old friends that I don't see as much as I should. I'm also going to be going to I got a couple of trips planned this year that I'm really excited about, and it's gotten me in much better spirits than before. One is a bachelor party in Vegas. That's going to be like the first weekend of May. And it's the same party buddies from my raver drum and bass days. And we went really hard in the paint in our 30s for another friends of the same group bachelor party. And we're all very interested to see how we survive in our 40s. But it is
bunch of Stellaris.
Oh, it's going to be so much Stellaris. But we have plans to, last time we did this, and I think we're going to do the same thing. We reserved 2 tables at the Bellagio for a personal like Texas Hold'em tournament. And that was very cool. And we dress up like the Rat Pack and go all out. And we're also going to be going to a shooting range. And I think I'm going to be able to fire a large machine gun for the first time in my life. So I'm kind of excited to see what that's like. I'm not a big gun enthusiast, but I have gone shooting a couple of times and I get the appeal. It's a lot of fun. It's kind of dangerous and scary, but if you're there with safe people and you're doing it right, it can also be a blast. And I got my passport for the first time. We'll be going to Victoria Island for a family trip. I was talking with my aunt, and we were talking about like how we would like to have trips that aren't involving a funeral or a wedding that forces all the family to kind of get together. Let's just have some nonsense where we don't have to be celebrating somebody for either their next journey in life or their final. And I am looking forward to hanging out with my aunts, uncles, cousins, moms, siblings in Victoria Island. And I'm hoping that I get my shit together and can actually go see the world a little bit and maybe go to the UK or Japan.
Very nice. Very nice.
That's what keeps me going. And also just honestly, I've been at the same job for 10 years. It's very nice to have consistent work and pay that's coming through, and you don't have to like worry about going paycheck to paycheck. And I think that helps a lot and allows me to do things like podcasting, like traveling more. So I'm very grateful to have a good job that continues to hopefully give me good pay increases and whatnot as we go through, because otherwise you're just losing spending power and that shit. So I do appreciate the consistencies I have in my life, which allows me to try to branch out and do like the fun things that I want to do.
Nice. Donnie, are you here? I see you're muted.
I'm here. Yeah, just the camera. I've restarted and plugged it back in and out. It's not going to come back on.
Yeah, I just want to make sure you're still here.
Unless I refresh the session.
Oof.
Yeah, don't want to do that.
Yeah. How are you doing? You got a kid leaving soon.
Yeah, no, that's actually pretty fine. I think I'm fine on that front. We're getting my wife's doing. I just got like 8 fucking invitations. You know how many times damn seniors at high school apparently are sung to? My daughter has like 5 concerts and like so many like pre-ceremonies and walk. I'm like, what? Wait a minute. Why is graduation 18 days?
Yeah, for real.
But it's about
really?
to be. Yeah, it's
wow.
It's a lot to go into it. I don't know, man. I'm good. I think I'm just I'm very day to day at the moment. Like I'm not really thinking about things too big or too grand or too far out. Really proud of my daughter. I was making her coffee today, and she always. I mean, I'm really proud of her just that she's graduating. I'm proud of like the woman that she is. I think she's going to do great. So I'm not really too worried about that. But I was making her coffee this morning, and she does this shit that always annoys the hell out of me. Anytime I'm in the kitchen, she always like kind of leans into the doorway to see what I'm doing. Like it doesn't matter what, like we may not talk all day. If I just start rattling some stuff in the kitchen, she always taps out and just kind of does this. It's hard. I realize my camera's not on, so you can't see what I'm doing, but this weird lean and this weird face. She'd be like, so, what you doing? I'm like, would you, it's so annoying. It's like, get out of like, Jesus, let me, what's for dinner? Like, you'll see when I feed it to you. Like, like she always does that. So today I was making coffee, and she loves the way that I make coffee. And she did that through the window. And for the first time, I thought, I was like, man, I'm going to miss that. Because it annoys the shit out of me. But it is like really cute. It's like one of those things that annoys the shit out of you so much that you can't help but laugh. Like you angrily laugh. You're like, fucking stop. Like, I'm gonna miss that a little bit. Like I was like, man, I'm gonna miss that. I was telling my wife that over dinner.
That's cute, man, because I had something very similar when I visit my mom, and every time she hears me in the kitchen, she's like, hey, can you get me some potato chips, or can you get me this, or can you get me that? And
she's just a jackal. She wants 25% of everything. Everything I do, she wants 25% of it. So yeah, I mean, I've got all that planned out. I've got 2 weeks off right around that time, so I can do all of those things. That'll lead us right into a very busy summer ahead of me. I've got World Cup coming to the city. I've got the 4th of July and everything that I always do. And then we got to get her into college and moved into the dorm. And yeah, officially be one kid that hasn't been here for fucking 18 years or something. Like it's kind of crazy. Outside of that, I mean, I don't know. Work's work. It's a little weird. Like the city and us are kind of at odds, and I don't know how much longer they'll be using like my program. So it's like a big thing that we're kind of going on. So there's a lot of stress going on there. Yeah. I think there's a lot of stress. There's just a lot of stress in the world. Like I hate seeing all these news. Like the only thing that I've looked forward to is years and switched to, and even like that's being taken away from me. Like ever since the election, like I wouldn't say like I want to bury my head in the sand. Like I want to just not. I'm like I can't. I feel like I can't take it. Like I physically can't take it right now. So like I try to stay somewhat abreast of like the news, but it's hard to really like take any of this seriously to a manner that like the way that I feel about it. And I even wrestle my own head because I almost feel like, like I should be more active or more caring. But it's like it's so nonsensical to look at that it feels trivial, like getting stressed. Like, why am I getting stressed over this man? He's literally like playing with global markets like on a yo-yo string via Twitter. Like there's nothing I could like, there's no point, right? Yeah. So like all of that, and that's just this week's example, but like everything that we've had like this year since January, like has made me like, I've kind of tuned a lot of that off. Like I've muted our World on Fire chat. I'm not doing as much like news. I only intentionally come in, see something, say something, and then leave. Because I can't do what we did during COVID. Like I can't do it again. I can't ride that roller coaster. So I'm trying to like be the people watching the roller coaster. I'll just stand on the ground and watch the roller coaster go up and down, and then laugh at it, make fun of the people that are screaming and vomiting.
I am actually very thankful for the World on Fire chat, because it just is a very diverse group with different backgrounds, and they're able to provide their own kind of like perspective on things. And it just shows to me that like no matter where we're at, we're not alone dealing with this crap. We're all feeling similar things, and there's a lot of smart people with some smart takes in there.
That's what it's for.
As well.
Yeah.
So it's kind of nice to have that outlet, because some of my friend groups, like, we're kind of just tired of it. Like, we want to talk about anything else but modern day politics stuff.
Yeah.
I also wanted to bring up, today is the 4th birthday of my good friend's daughter, who I'm trying to be a little bit more involved with. Her name's Faraday. And I was not able to attend the birthday party that they're going to be having this weekend. So what I did is created my version, the silly Uncle Josh version of the 3 Little Pigs. I made a little audio drama just for her.
Wow.
And
That's awesome.
I got the best voicemail the other day of her just being like, I love you, silly Uncle, that's so good. I mean, she's like 4, so she's screaming on the top of her lungs for no goddamn reason. But those are the type of things, like, I just went there a couple weeks ago. Like I said, trying to get out there, and if anybody's really feeling stressed like you are, I mean, I just focus inward on your family and your loved ones, because that's how you're going to carry through all this stuff. And I don't ever really want any of my own kids, but there is something magical about like telling stories to a 4-year-old, and they're just enraptured with whatever you're saying, and you can screw up the voices, you could screw up the plot, and they're just so happy to have that kind of attention and focus.
I didn't want to have to follow this man, and then he came into mine and then dunked on it again.
Sorry.
You know, he's just fucking, he's traveling the world. My passport. I'm at the Victoria Island. Yeah, we're just going to take some vacations. Audio drama for kids. Oh, that's cool, Donnie. You played 64 today? That's awesome.
No, you have your daughter growing on to college. How is that not like equally awesome? I don't understand where that is coming from. You're just at the different end of the spectrum. You know what I mean?
Just fun.
But yeah. I got no complaints, man. Overall, like, I'm very blessed.
Yeah,
I'm stressed as fuck.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Sorry, Dev.
Yeah. Man, I think a big part of it is just living in Bakersfield. There's a lot of Trump supporters out here. There's like a whole wing of like my floor that I just
Marjorie is my representative
over there. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so
exactly.
I live in her district.
Fuck.
So I just deal with a lot of that day to day. A lot of people that I'm just like, you had it your way, I probably wouldn't be here. So there's a lot of that. I really feel it with like my kids. So just my son is having a really hard time in school, not feeling safe, not feeling cared for. So that's been a huge struggle. It's really, shown outwardly, like he's still on the honor roll, still doing well in school, but just like his behavior has been tough. So we've been looking at different schools to move him into as soon as possible. So I've been dealing with that. Daughter is going to high school, so we're in the midst of that. And even like the graduating from 8th grade, like there's like constantly stuff. Like she had she's got a 4.0, so she's doing really well, and she was honored by AKA sorority, so there was a thing for that. So just dealing with like all of these transition pieces have been very stressful. My boss she left, and that has been a huge void and been very stressful. My wife is about to go and get her doctorate degree, which is going to take her. We're going to San Diego this week, so she can go like take a class and see what that's like. So if she gets into the program, she's going to be gone once a month down to San Diego for a weekend. So trying to figure out how to make all that work. And my dad is also in the hospital after going to the dentist and having the dentist take out all of his teeth because the medication he was on was causing him to lose his teeth, only to not explain to the dentist that he's on blood thinners and have him bleed out profusely. Jesus. And so now he's had multiple mini heart attacks and has been in the hospital for a week.
Oh, that sucks, man.
Actually, almost 2 weeks now. we don't have a great relationship either. So I have a lot of resentment towards him, and it's been very difficult to even want to tap in. So I'm not doing great. I'm doing okay. I'm getting by. But it has been a very, very stressful like last few months. So that's where I'm at. But I'm so happy to hear about like the things that you guys have going on. Like I'm really excited for Donnie and his daughter going to college and what that summer looks like. That's going to be very interesting. I know Delvin's been dealing with a lot, so just watching him go through that and just kind of like partnering with him and like, yeah, bro, I get it, man. So this has been interesting, but we also have a bunch of trips planned. So we're going to San Diego, taking the kids to the zoo. So we're going to the San Diego Zoo. So we're going to be down in San Diego for about 4 days. The kids don't know, but we have a trip to Cabo planned. We just got them their passports. They just came the other day. So now all of us have passports so we can actually get the hell out of this country from time to time. So we've got some stuff. My wife just went to a Cleo Soul concert at the Hollywood Bowl, and then she's going to go see Beyonce at the end of the month. So for her birthday. So, you know, we've got like these little wins here and there, but it's just been a lot of just peaks and valleys for us. So it's been pretty stressful, but overall I can't complain too much.
You're gonna go get some good California burritos down in the San Diego area. Just yum 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 yum.
Definitely gonna get some good Mexican.
I love my San Diego. I love San Diego.
He's broke. Man's traveling the world.
I never said I was broke. I just don't like spending
funded
money on
doctorates.
Money on. Yeah. I mean,
I'm sure that's
her
a challenge too. So, like, is she gonna have to get like? Is she just gonna stay in a hotel room over the weekend each month? And does
we have some friends down there, so she'll probably either be able to stay with friends or we'll just get a hotel. Sure. To be perfectly honest, like her side job. So she's a adjunct professor at CSUB. So Cal State Bakersfield, but she also has like a side business where she's been training and she's been making pretty good money there. So like we're probably not gonna have to take out loans or anything. Like we're gonna be able to just applied for scholarships for her thing. So hopefully we can just pay for it. Yeah. But financially it hasn't been terrible. Things have been relatively good. So it hasn't been super stressful on that end. Still we ain't got no savings, nothing like that, but at least we're not like super
you're going to Cabo.
Yeah.
That's so many Mario Kart worlds.
So many worlds. And it's an all-inclusive resort too. So like we went through Costco and just paid for everything. Like it's all said and done. And a part of it is because like she gets these so like she got a gig where it was like 2 days of training and she made more than I made the entire month in just that one gig. So she has like a couple of those here and there, and it really helps just do the extra stuff.
Sure.
So like I said, I can't really complain too much.
I have been escaping and kind of hanging out, like what you were saying, sir. It's like with the family. Like, I think my wife and I are like, we're in a really cool place. Had a lot of fun. Either going out, like we've been going like on dates, like going to find new things. She wants to get out and see more stuff. Even if it's not like, instead of reading about the news or following or trying to keep up with any of that, or even like the funny stuff, the casual stuff, like the daily shows and the monologues and stuff like that. Instead of doing that, just kind of like get stoned and laugh at something stupid on TikTok. Or like the other day we watched Tombstone, thinking of like Val Kilmer. We watched Happy Gilmore like a couple weeks ago, like just kind of doing a lot of that stuff. So it's been,
I think I mentioned on the Discord too, like Happy Gilmore still holds up, right? Like, wasn't that great?
Yeah.
Like you're watching it, you're like, oh, this is still awesome. Yes.
It's really high bar to come to with a sequel. I just hope it's funny.
I don't know about that, but like, I was just pleasantly surprised that the old one holds up, because you never know with those comedies, right? Like sometimes you watch a comedy and it's been a few years and like, this just did not age very well.
Also had a lot of fun with Victoria. Like I'm starting to send her to do things for me. She's like my DoorDash now.
Nice.
Like today I was like, hey, I'll do hibachi, but like I'll buy, you fly. And she's just now driving and everything, so she's loved it. So I give her my credit card and she runs off. The other night she had a friend stay over. Oh, Dev saw this. I sent a picture. Who's really into crystals. Like she's going to do a tarot readings for all of us. And it was great that, my shipmate came in that I spoke to, because I was really in the mood for that. I was really in the mood for it. But it was hilarious. The two girls, she was like, I'll get my tarot stuff. My wife was like, that'll be fun. She's like, oh, I gotta get my crystals. And then there was like this whole thing about how they weren't charged, and I was like, what the fuck is happening? Like I was literally I was like, what the fuck is happening in my house right now?
USB-C.
But it's just a lot of like hanging out. Like I kind of like there's a lot of really big stuff happening at work that's kind of like dire for me, and it's like I'm just kind of not worrying about it. I think it's almost like a self-protection reason. I'm like, you know what? Like the whole world's going in. I'm just going to laugh at it, make a joke, and hang out with my wife and daughter until it all falls off the rails.
Yeah.
You know, that's kind of how it's like getting me through it. It's like, it's not bad. I definitely don't have any like real issues to do with like dev. It's just a lot of uncertainty at work, in the world, like just a lot of uncertainty. I'm like, yeah, I guess we'll cross that bridge when it gets there, but there's no point in ruining today about it.
You know? Yeah, I mean, the small personal moments are the ones that you have more control over than any of the stuff that's happening out in the wider world or even the nation. And so, you know, revel in those moments. You know, someone's like, you're always thinking of the past and what you fucked up, and you're always thinking about what's coming down in the future without like being in the present.
Yeah.
And then, you know, when you have those moments with your daughter and you know, you're like, oh, this really annoys me, but I know I'm going to miss it later. Like those are the things that really matter.
Yeah, I feel like I've been very present lately. Like I said, very day to day. Like I'm just kind of like, like that's a big problem to worry about next year, next month. Right now, I'm just going to worry about dinner. Like I'm going to worry about today, and just kind of do that.
Yeah, the simple little joy. I mean, I do love cooking. It's the simplest thing, right? You're like, oh, I'm going to eat this and it's going to taste so good.
Yeah. I sent the Taro girls for ice cream last night. I was like, before we do this, though, we all need ice cream sundaes. Like, go get ice cream. Here's the card.
With banana pudding on the side.
Nah, I should have. Didn't come to mind.
Nice. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of that with the kids too. Like every day when I get home, me and my son go for like a bike ride, and we're listening to Undertale music and the things that he's into. And then me and my daughter, like, we're the same damn person, so we get along really well. We're into a lot of the same silly stuff. I am the neighborhood dad, so whenever like the kids want to go do anime stuff or they want to go to the library or the park, like I take them with me. I'm the one who does all that. So yeah, it's been good just being present and just trying to enjoy that time, because I know eventually they won't be here because they'll be wanting to be teenagers and grown-ups and not be here with dear old dad. So
yeah,
enjoy it while we can.
Unless they need money.
I got Jack trying to raise damn Switch 2 funds, apparently. This kid's out here trying to get it. He's having a blast.
Yeah, nice. All right, final question comes from Eddie V.
Better?
Can the big three console makers make this holiday gaming season the biggest and best time this year?
No.
Yeah.
One,
who knows?
There's no more big three. It's just Big Me.
It's like 2.5.
And that Big Me is Nintendo.
Oh, there you go.
It's just like PSVG, 2.5.
Yeah.
You mother son of a bitch.
I get that reference.
Yes.
Our lore is great. PSVG lore is the best.
You got to come to the Discord. It's popping.
I mean, it's crazy, Donnie, because like you said, the SNES or NES or whatever the hell that was.
Oh, dude, these people raked me over the coals
like,
8 years ago about this, Snurts. When I said SNES, you'd have thought I drop kicked their mother. They were so offended.
Wow.
Like nobody has ever said that to them in their whole lives.
I've heard people say that.
I sent that video to somebody else. I sent it to Kevin. Starts, you don't know Kevin, but he used to be amongst us. He's the OG crew.
Where the hell has Kevin
And you know what
been?
Kevin
Show up,
said?
Kevin
Said, this is rage clickbait.
Really? Wow.
He was like the one, because I used to call it the SNES Mini. And they were like, nobody says
no,
SNES.
It's nobody.
You sound like
says
you're
that.
sneezing.
Stop
It's
it.
gross. Don't ever say that again. Like it was a whole thing. And then here's Linus hitting you with the NES. I never really said NES. That wasn't that. That's not.
That's different.
Yeah, I did NES and SNES, or what I normally called it, which I told them. I've always normally called it just the Super Nintendo. But there would be times if I was talking fast or needed to abbreviate it, I would say SNES. That wasn't an uncommon thing for me. And you would have thought they wanted to take my gamer card. They wanted to kick me out.
Yes, we still do.
See,
because SNES is not it. It's Super NES,
Linus said
SNES.
He said
Linus,
NES and SNES.
Linus does not count. He is Canadian. We do not acknowledge
So I was
him.
wondering, is it like a different region thing? It's got to be.
That's what I was wondering if it's a regional
gotta
thing
be.
too. Yeah.
I need a map. I need a map of how people pronounce this.
Because like Dev and I are like Southern California cats, and like we're both like, yeah, NES, Nintendo, or Super Nintendo.
So
Super
no. What
NES.
if I remember correctly? Was you or Kevin? You said SNES. You did that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll do
SNES.
SNES, Super Nintendo, Super NES, but never ever SNES.
I say SNES, but I've heard people say SNES.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you
I've never
correct
heard
me.
anybody go Nintendo Entertainment System.
You know.
Right. So that was the joke. The joke was, I was like, no, if you're going to be bitches about it, we're just going to call it what it is. So I would actually, for like 3 months, I infamously irritated everybody by always spelling out the Super Nintendo Entertainment System Classic Mini Edition. Anytime I ever talked about it, I did the whole thing every time for
He
months.
really did.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, like Rob says, you say all the letters. That's how you do it. You don't read it.
SNES. That feels worse to me. That's way
That
worse.
sounds like now. This part sounds like
S-
Cobra Commander.
That is the other of Dev's boys. Jan, she's a special one.
Like Cobra Commander.
SNES.
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 Cobra La!
Fucking Serpentor. Jesus.
This I command.
Great movie. Great.
It
movie.
is fantastic.
So yeah, ain't no big 3. It's just big 2.5 or big me.
That's big 3.
as in
There's Nintendo, PlayStation, and Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, shit, then it's big 4 because you got to throw Fortnite in there.
Not this holiday. They're not the big one this holiday. That's if Grand Theft Auto makes it. I still give, little faith.
You'll get Rudolph and Santa Claus and Fortnite. It'll be great.
I've always thought that Grand Theft Auto gets delayed into the spring.
We'll see what happens. They ain't said
But we
nothing
will
yet. So
They've really clung to this. At this point, it'd be a fast turnaround. Even now, from announcement, that would be short for them, for Rockstar.
yeah, for them it would be, but
From like a date to release, wouldn't it be short? Like this is a little short
Yeah.
even now.
it would be. But the reality is, like, whenever they say it, it's just
I know, totally.
It's gonna
Yeah,
fly. So
That's not the point. Yeah, they could announce it today for it to come out tomorrow, and it's still gonna sell like crazy. It's just abnormal from them. They usually give themselves a little more lead in than this.
I mean, why
real
waste all that
question
money
is-
on marketing when you just already have the reputation that you have?
correct.
And
We ain't even seen another trailer or nothing.
That's just what
Yeah,
they.
why?
I'm just saying this is what they've done, and this is not what they've done.
Do you
That
think
doesn't mean
people
it's
get
gonna
up in
be
arms if it's
delayed.
$100?
no,
Oh,
we
yeah,
get
they
the
will
same
be.
kind of Mario hate
No.
that we got.
No, because
which is
Nintendo's
so
already done it.
ridiculous.
And also, it's not so much that it's $80; it's that people don't look at Super Mario Kart as an $80 game. I think a lot of
It's
people do
insane.
probably look at Grand Theft Auto as a $100 game. They're like, okay. I think a lot of people talk themselves into it. They'll be like, yeah, but it's worth it. I think that's the
How is
problem.
Mario Kart not? Like,
I
that
think
just
that's-
blows
well,
my mind.
Because it's how we gotta remember, not our bubble.
Yeah.
How people look at Nintendo games are kid games, cute games, cheap games, not blockbuster, best of the best, technology pushing, industry moving, shaking, impressive game like Grand Theft Auto.
So ridiculous. The amount of hours people put into Mario Kart, it's
100%.
every dollar and more.
Their biggest game.
Yep.
but Mario Kart also used to, like, I got it for free with the 3DS, so maybe people have this preconceived notion that it shouldn't be that much because it's like, oh, isn't this like the freebie that they give us, or isn't this the
I
cheap
also
one?
think I don't think anybody would have minded if it was 70. It's because they raised the bar. That's all. But now that bar has been raised, and if a giant big game comes in at 100, I don't think people will. They'll be like, yeah, I guess this is just the way it is now. Nintendo did it. Now
And
everybody
then
else
Grand
is gonna
Theft
do it.
Auto comes to Switch. They shake hands like, we did it. We raised the prices.
And then all of a sudden, Wolverine and all the other things go up.
Yep.
Yep.
Do you think we'll go back to renting games, Dave?
Who's
Cost
we?
the brick-
I'm
Cost of the
not.
brick going up?
Where are you renting them from?
I don't know.
I was going to say, is
this
GameFly still
is
around,
this,
or didn't
is
they
this
go under?
GameStop? Is this GameFly's time? Is their time to shine?
Red box.
Could be.
That damn game's
be.
$100,
Redbox is done.
or
Redbox is dead.
we'll give it to you for the weekend for $10. You know, like something like that.
Nah,
Dude, $100 game is. I know people spend a lot of money, but like, just put yourself in 15-year-old you shoes. $100 game, you're doing every one of them. Like that's a lot. Like that's a lot.
Yeah.
In this economy.
That's the thing.
I know,
like,
Dev. I know.
it's the one game for Christmas.
Literally.
Like,
It'll be the only thing you get for Christmas.
So you might as well.
that's my life. That was my life. So
then you're gonna pick Grand Theft Auto. You just get like just the one.
But that one game will last for a long time.
Sure.
That was my life. I got like one game for Christmas, one game for my birthday. So
yeah, but that's true. It just sucks for the industry. It's not good for the industry. Games are so expensive we can only find board. You know, that's just a lot of games that aren't getting sold. It's a lot of devs losing more jobs, a lot of studios getting closed.
Oh well.
Damn.
The funny thing is, like, again, like the people who are buying all these games now, it's different. Like our parents weren't gamers. Like all the parents now are gamers. They grew up on this, so you're less likely to just get the one game because dad wants a game too. So dad's gonna get a game, the kid's getting games. So I don't think it's that different. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I really don't.
Okay.
But I could be wrong.
I just know devs are complaining that a lot of people aren't buying games now and they're losing so much free to play and stuff. I don't think raising the price of games is going to help that.
Look, you just sell Fortnite. Y'all can't play on our system no more. Get the hell out of here.
It helps the haves, but it's going to hurt the have-nots.
Yeah. I ain't written no damn games. That's nonsense. Nah.
I wonder if we
Just
see,
come all
could you see
scratched up.
like, I mean, we don't really, I mean, I know we have Game Pass and Plus, so I mean, that can kind of serve it, but like, we don't really have like rentals, right? We did for streaming, right? Didn't PlayStation Now you could like rent a game for like a weekend or a week?
You could do that with
Yeah, I
PlayStation Now,
wonder if that's something we could actually see in the years to come in like the digital space. Do you think they would have like extended demos, either a part of your subscription or like a paid rental? You could
Maybe.
try the game for like a week or a month. Or something.
Do like the Amazon thing with movies, and like you have 48 hours.
Yeah. Why not? Why not? If the software is going to be $100 or more,
Right.
I think you start thinking about those sorts of things.
I could also see it now though.
to get more games.
Somebody doesn't want to like pay the $100 to rent the game, to buy the game outright, but they will pay $10 like for
10 times.
2 weeks, 10 times.
Sure.
And then they can't beat the game, so they're like, well, I'll cost a sync fallacy or whatever the hell that's called, and like, well, I got to beat the game, so now I'm giving you 120, 130.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's in $10 installments, they can afford it, right?
I think the passes and like the subs are the answer to that problem, but I do wonder if the games go up in price. I wonder if they look at it like that short term, like that arcade quarter type mentality. It's like, we can just hit them every time, if, they don't want to buy it.
But that makes me nervous because the quarter crunching method of game development was not that great.
Oh, I know.
What if they start making games? They're like, no, we got to make it so they have to rent it more, so we get more money. They
seem hell bent on doing that now.
Yeah,
that's not new. We've been on that road since Horse Armor. They're like, how do we get people to keep putting quarters in this fucking machine? Like they seem hell, but I would much rather you rent me the game, rent me access to the game than trying to tempt me to buy all this bullshit.
Like themes.
No, themes don't count. That's good stuff.
Good pull, Sturts.
I get to keep the theme. Why would you rent a theme?
You just gave them an idea.
Hey, Fortnite sells load screens. Fortnite sells load screens.
Oh, that's such bullshit. Really?
They do. Yes.
Load screen. Like
this was
this
was my thing when everybody was bitching about the price of the Switch stuff. I was like, wait a minute.
Wow.
If you've ever bought a load screen in Fortnite, no, we don't get to hear your opinion. Turn it off. I don't want to hear you tell me something's too expensive.
Oh man, I gave Delvin Jr. so much shit because he was complaining about the price of games, but the man bought Persona 5 like 8 times. I said, you no longer get to complain about the price of games after you telling me this. I said, you're null and void here. I don't want to hear nothing else.
Yeah. And then like gaming's full of that stuff, right? And like we all gonna bitch about the price going up and stuff, but like we should do it and we do it. We should do it in some context.
Yep.
Jordan's cost a lot.
They sure do.
Folks get those though.
But then why wouldn't you just do like a layaway program and just like, okay, look, you can either spend $100 up front or 120, and we'll let you pay over time.
Does episodic gaming come back?
Oh God!
Break that shit down into more pieces. You can pay $100 up front, or we'll sell you part 1 for 20. Let's say part 2 for 20.
I can see that now. Like, oh, you're 60% of the way through Grand Theft Auto 6.
Insert $9.99 to continue.
Exactly. Yeah. Do you want to see that final chapter? Or even like Cyberpunk before you enter the main building for the last part, right? And they're like, well,
$2.99 for effect.
No, we're only going to give you 2 of the endings for the full game, but you're going to have to pay if you want the others.
No, the in-game upgrades are real. That's just real money. Like when you go to the doctor, if you want this fucking sword, you're going to have to pay for it. Pull out that wallet.
Jesus.
Sucks, man. Somebody, I think it was Barrett was like, I think we've got 10-ish years left of games being like good-ish before all this takes over and we hate everything.
Yeah, pretty much.
That hurts.
Not there already.
You're like,
We already have plenty of our old man yelling at clouds.
We really do.
And whatnot throughout the. I mean, I was just doing that with somebody the other day. It's like, oh, remember when sports games were different?
Sports games. Dude, I played Wayne Gretzky's 3D hockey.
Yeah, how was that?
It was great. I never played it before. It's excellent. It's funny because I was talking about it with Sean. Ryan was like, "Game is bad."
Oh, really?
What? Yeah.
I don't remember that one. That's on the N64.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All their sports games are bad. Let's just keep it a buck.
Don't no Blitz.
N64 sports games were terrible.
Blitz.
I played
Mario Tennis, Mario Golf.
I'm talking about third party, and some of their first party like licensed games are terrible. Blitz wasn't theirs. Blitz came from the arcades.
Okay, it's still Blitz. It's still on it. Like it still counts.
Yeah. Again, like Wayne Gretzky, NBA courtside with Kobe
Wayne
Bryant.
Gretzky 3D hockey is awesome. It's really good. Sean sold it to me. He was like, I mean, it's really good.
It's Sean from Canada who likes hockey. It's biased.
Do they rise up? The players rise up out of the ice and face off for some reason. They come out of the ice against water. What? It's just so fucking funny. They come up, they're spinning like right out of the ice. They rise up. You're like, what the fuck?
Like Altered Beast.
Yeah, right. But then they all strike a T-pose.
Sean was like,
game's ready to begin.
Sean hit me. He was like, it's Blitz but hockey, and I was like, I'm sold. And then I tried it, and that's exactly what it is. It's super fun.
I thought NHL Hits was
NHL Hits is Blitz and hockey.
Yeah.
Well, that's what he told me.
Because I would like to.
Have you not played NHL Hits?
Yeah, I played Hits.
No.
Oh yeah, Hits is literally it's Blitz but with hockey players. It's the same 3-on-3. Yeah.
I never played it. I don't think it's
extra physical like checking and stuff like that.
Is it on 64?
Pretty sure.
I think so. It was. Yeah, I want to say yeah. Because I'm pretty sure that's when I played it. It was either that or the original Xbox, but yeah, it was good. You get the big head codes and stuff like that too.
I love
that
it.
Nonsense.
I love it.
Yeah.
I'm just not into hockey.
Yeah.
I'm only in the NHL 94. That's my hockey.
I played that one. Yeah, I played that one. I remember playing that one.
I love that game.
Genesis, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Super Nintendo.
I played on Genesis.
Yes.
Yeah. I played NHL 92 on the Genesis, but everyone after that I played on Super Nintendo. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No. Super Nintendo.
Yeah, got him.
No, you didn't. I caught that.
Got him.
Absolutely not.
He said yes. No.
Yes.
No. Not the God.
You accepted it. Your unconscious body accepted it.
No.
It's a win in my book.
Well, we've lost Delvin.
I'm still here.
He hasn't said a word in moments and hasn't moved because he's probably about to fall asleep at his microphone. So it's been 3 hours.
Yeah.
Has it really?
Wrap this. Yeah.
In the goddamn show, Dev. Go on another tangent.
No. No, Delvin.
Fuck you, Dev.
No.
In the goddamn show.
Have you guys heard of Solaris?
Shut the fuck up.
Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, please play some video games.
Nobody's sleeping in the middle of the bed. The middle of the bed is only where you do the business. But when everybody's ready to sleep, It's the side of the bed that can't be beat. It's the middle of the bed where lovers meet. But when it comes time to slumber, it's the edges. Ooh, 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 the edges.